Welcome to Shaw Park in downtown Winnipeg. We are back with you for another edition of Safeway Goldeyes Baseball right here on Shaw TV. Tonight, the Fish welcome a familiar foe to town in the St. Paul Saints. We get things going with the pregame show brought to you, as always, by Safeway Ingredients for Life. And as we welcome you to field level, my name's Al Foster. Welcome to our broadcast on what appears to be an idyllic night for baseball. Now, will the real Winnipeg Goldeyes of 2014 please step forward? As many of you know, earlier this month, the Fish were on an unprecedented high, winning a franchise record 11 games in a row. But during our last broadcast here on Shaw TV, that streak came to a grinding halt, and the Fish began a 5-game losing skid, which was a season high. That was in danger of actually being extended on Sunday until Winnipeg center fielder Reggie Abercrombie belted a 11th inning 2-run home run to salvage a win against a visiting team from Gary. So tonight, the Fish are hoping to rebuild their positive momentum as they take on the team that's chasing them in the North Division standings, the St. Paul Saints. This is actually the second game in a doubleheader. To find out how game number 1 turned out and for more on tonight's contest, let's turn things now to the two men who are going to call all the action for you, Scott Taylor and Ken Weed.
Thank you very much, Al Foster, and hi, everybody. I'm Scott Taylor. That is Ken Weed from the Winnipeg Sun, and the Winnipeg Goldeyes indeed won the first game of the doubleheader, which was actually the suspended game from June 14th when the rains came down that night late in the third inning. The game was called off. They finished it in game 1 today, and the Winnipeg Goldeyes won it 4-0. They had a 1-0 lead to start, and they end up moving to 36-19 on the season. Ken, let's go down to field level and go to the defenses right away. For the Goldeyes, starting defensive alignment, the boys out in the carpet. It's brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit one of our 2 locations at 50 Archibald Street, 655 Pembina Highway. For the Goldeyes in Game 2 of this doubleheader tonight, Luis Allen catches, as always. Casey Harther is at first. The first 2 players we've told you about are all-stars in this league. Brock Bond starts at second base. Tyler Kuhn, another all-star, is at shortstop, and Jake Blackwood is back to start at third base. Donnie Webb, another all-star, is in left field. Reggie Abercrombie in center, and Josh Mazzola is in right field. The pitcher for tonight's game is Matt Jackson. The Goldeyes starting defensive alignment brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit ANRCarpetBarn.com. Your Goldeyes starting pitcher is brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. Tell us about Matt Jackson.
Well, the 6'4" right-hander, Scotty, off to a pretty good start this year. You see his record 7-3, 3.69 earned run average. He'll be making his 12th start of the season for the Goldeyes. You're going to see a 2-seam, 4-seam fastball, curveball slider, and a changeup.
Your Goldeyes starting pitcher is Matt Jackson. Brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. The Saints starting lineup is brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at pembinachrysler.com. For the Saints tonight, Devin Tout leads it off, plays third base. Sam Moss is the second baseman. He bats second. Evan Bigley plays in right field and bats third. And Angelo Sonko, the first baseman, hits fourth. Joe Bonfie is fifth. Jake Taylor, the designated hitter, bats sixth. Joey Becker, the shortstop, hits seventh. Jared McDonald bats eighth. And Dwight Childs, the catcher, hits ninth. That's the Saints starting lineup brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. Visit us at pembinachrysler.com. We're ready for the opening pitch of this 7-inning game, the second game of the doubleheader. First pitch of the night from Matt Jackson is high for ball 1, and the game's opening pitch is brought to you by Metro Center Limited. For trailers, trailer parts, and accessories, visit Metro Center at 620 Nairn Avenue. Swing and a miss, strike 1-1 to Devin Tout. And we'll correct that original pitch. It was in there for a strike. Didn't see the signal from home plate umpire Harrison Silverman. 0-2 the count to Tout. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2. I was correct. The scoreboard was incorrect. They thought it was a strike.
Indeed they
People
did.
doing the scoreboard. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not often I'm right and the scoreboard's wrong. 1-2 to Tout. Here's the pitch by Jackson. That misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Jackson coming off a start where he was roughed up against Sioux City, Scott. 11 hits in just 3 2/3 innings, including 7 earned runs.
Pitch by Jackson right back up the middle for a base hit. Solid single to center for Devin Tout, so there goes the no-hitter. 5th pitch of the game. Devin Tout drills it right back up the middle for a single. So runner at first with nobody out. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Sam Moss. Moss, the second baseman, comes in hitting .325. He has no home runs and 7 driven in. He has played 23 games for this ball club. Started 20, has 74 at bats. Just 24 hits. He has 5 doubles, no homers, and 7 driven in. Here's the pitch by Jackson. It's inside, ball 1. For the first time this season, the St. Paul Saints were shut out in the first game of the doubleheader.
An impressive showing, a bit of an oddity with Chandler Barnard starting both the original game from back on June 14th and then coming back today on 3 days rest to pitch to complete the shutout innings. He did a real nice job for the Goldeyes.
What made it even more remarkable is the fact that he was traded from the last time he started to San Angelo and then was traded back to Winnipeg. So he has actually been on another team between innings.
Yeah, no kidding. It'll just go down as a nice, tidy shutout for him in the scorebook, but a lot has happened since that time, and the Goldeyes needed it. They needed a good start, and they got one from Barnard, and the bullpen was very good. Barnard doing an excellent job of getting out of that jam in the 4th inning.
There's a chopper foul.
Saints had the bases loaded and nobody out, and were unable to plate a run. That was a huge turning point in that game.
2 straight strikeouts. That'll get you started. And then a fly ball to Reggie in center.
And that was a bit of an interesting adventure out there in center field.
He is not seeing the ball coming off the bat, and he's admitted it to me. He just is not seeing the ball at all.
And a great job of tracking it down, but he had to go a long way after getting a late break on that ball. And again, that could clear the bases in that situation if he doesn't track it down.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Moss. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch by Jackson. That's popped up. Good curveball by Matt Jackson. Mazzola makes the catch. And there's the first out of the inning. Sam Moss pops out to Josh Mazzola, and that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Evan Bigley. Bigley hitting .332, 5 homers, 42 driven in.
Big pop-up, and Jake Blackwood is camped under it. Matt Jackson wanted it. Blackwood took it. And again, speaking of guys who've had a lot of things happen to him since that last game, Blackwood, now the 3rd baseman for the Goldeyes. He was the 2nd baseman in that June 14th tilt. He had been on the disabled list, now has come back with Ryan Pineda going to the disabled list. Goldeyes have a bit of a different look on the infield, but Blackwood settling in nicely at 3rd.
So here's Bigley, pitched by Jackson. It's in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Evan Bigley.
And speaking of roster moves, Pineda went to the disabled list after being named to the All-Star team. He won't be able to participate, doesn't look like. Sam Kimmel was signed today out of the Baltimore Orioles system after he was released. And he's in as a DH tonight.
Pitch by Jackson is blocked by Allen. Here's the throw down to second base, and he's safe. Devin Tout beats the throw. It'll go as a stolen base.
Pitch in the dirt. Allen does a great job of keeping it in front of him. Pretty good throw, and nice slide just in there safely. Here's another look here. Good throw by Allen. Just on the wrong side of the bag. If that ball is on the other side of the bag, Bond put the tag down, he's probably out. Good hustle gets him into second base here with 1 out.
So runner at second with 1 away. 1-1 the count to Bigley. Pitch in the dirt again. 2 balls and 1 strike to Big Evan Bigley. Bigley, 6'1", 215 from Winfield, West Virginia. He was in the Minnesota Twins organization. Played with the Gulf Coast Twins last year with Fort Myers, the Miracle, New Britain, and Rochester. Got all the way to AAA last season. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count to Evan Bigley. Bigley's 27 years old. But all the way to Rochester last year, then was released, and now a member of the St. Paul Saints.
Having a big year as well. 332, 5 homers, 42 driven in.
Pitch by Jackson, foul back. Count remains at 2-2.
Pretty big week here for these 2 North Division rivals. Goldeyes stretching out their lead in that first game of the victory to 6.5 games.
This is a huge game for St. Paul.
Oh, absolutely. If you fall 7.5 back with 3 more to play here over the next 2 days, that's a bit of a hole, but It's where you find out what teams are made of.
2-2 the count to Evan Bigley. Tout with a great lead at second base. Off-speed pitch, chop foul. Good curveball by Jackson. Fooled Bigley, but he got the bat on it, pulled it foul.
Al Foster prefaced it in our opening, but boy, oh boy, that 2-run home run walk-off variety for Reggie Abercrombie on Sunday was massive for the Goldeyes to snap that losing skid, wasn't it?
They'd had a 2-0 lead the whole game, gave it up in the 9th inning, and had not looked particularly good for a number of innings, and then Reggie just ripped one. This one fouled onto the roof and onto the street. Uh-oh. Better get Mako. Mako. Collision repair and body shop. Canada's Body Shop. It's at 983 Wall Street. Thanks to the folks at Mako. 2-2 the count to Evan Bigley. Tout with a real good lead at second base. Here's Jackson's pitch. Foul back again. So Evan Bigley staying alive.
It had been a bit of an odd stretch. The Goldeyes bats had gone relatively silent, especially with runners in scoring position, which had been such a strength for them during that 11-game winning streak.
It's funny how things work out. You lose 2 games 2-1, and then you lose 10-9. It's an odd game at times.
Oh, it can drive a manager nuts.
Cephas Howard and I were talking about. He just joined the club. He got the win in the 4-2 win. Chris Salamita pitched 8 almost perfect innings. He'd been brilliant for 8. He'd been brilliant. And then 2 runs are given up in the 9th. He gets no credit. Cephas Howard comes in, throws 2 pitches, gets 1 guy out, and gets the win.
The old vulture win.
Yep, the vulture win. Pitch by Jackson, swing and a miss. They struck him out. Bigley went around. Great pitch by Matt Jackson to get Evan Bigley on the strikeout. And here comes the cleanup hitter. First we'll have another look at the strikeout.
Real good pitch. Look at that downward movement right there. Just fools Bigley.
There's nothing Bigley can do. So here comes Angelo Sonko, the cleanup hitter. And tonight's cleanup hitter is brought to you by Multi-Material Stewardship of Manitoba. More than half of all household garbage can be recycled. Recycling is easy and convenient. We all win with recycling. For more information, visit simplyrecycle.ca. So runner at second with 2 away. And here's the pitch to Bigley. Swing and a miss. Correct that to Sonko. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Big strikeout for Matt Jackson.
Jackson, as I mentioned, having a real good year. I mentioned tough start in his last outing, but the fact that he gave up 7 earned runs and his ERA is still .369, that tells you how good he's been for the rest of the year.
Pitch misses on the corner. 1-1, the count to Angelo Sonko.
18th start as a Goldeye since Matt Jackson came over last season. Real nice addition. Did a nice job after joining the Goldeyes. 3-0 record in his 6 starts and 7 appearances. 3.70 earned run average after joining the club.
1-1, the count to Sonko. Here's Jackson's pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sonko. Sonko is from Rathdrum, Idaho. Just 25 years old, 6'1", 210. Played last year in Chattanooga and in my favorite town, Rancho Cucamonga.
2 great teams.
Yes.
The Chattanooga Lookouts. They got one of the best logos in minor league baseball.
And of course the Quakes in Rancho Cucamonga. Chop foul. Count remains 1-2 to Sonko. In game 1 of this series, Sonko struck out twice, walked, and grounded out to second. Of course, he walked a month ago. Early in the ball game, he drew a walk. Back on June 14th. It's kind of odd. Got 3 innings already in the books. 1-2 the count to Sonko. Off-speed pitch is high. 2-2 the count.
It's going to be very delicate for these 2 managers to work their bullpens in the next few days here with the 2 7-inning games tomorrow, with the resumption of the suspended game in this earlier contest here at Shaw Park.
Well, not just the bullpens, because you mentioned Chandler Bernard. He's going to pitch again Saturday. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 strikeouts in a row for Matt Jackson. And a great way to finish the inning with a runner on second and only 1 out. Jackson throws a pair of strikeouts, and that does it. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 man left. We played a half an inning there. You look at Matt Jackson. It's St. Paul, nothing. Winnipeg coming to bat. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Welcome back to the ballpark. It's shirt off your back night. And giving away his shirt is Luis Allen. Jersey to a lucky winner. Time now for the Saints starting defensive alignment. The boys out in the carpet. It's brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit one of our 2 locations at 50 Archibald Street and 655 Pembina Highway. Dwight Childs is the catcher. Angelo Sonko's at first. Sam Moss is the second baseman. Joey Becker, very good shortstop, starts at the number 6 position. Devin Tout is at third base. Joe Bonfie's in left. Jared McDonald in center. And Evan Bigley starts in right field. Nick Barnice is the pitcher. The Saints starting defensive alignment brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit ANRCarpetBarn.com. Your Saints starting pitcher is brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. Kenny, tell us about the starting pitcher for tonight's game, Nick Barnice.
12th start of the year for the right-hander. He's got a 3-5 record, 3.63 earned run average. The 3rd-round draft pick of the Atlanta Braves will show you a fastball, curve, and a change. And like most pitchers in this league, he's going to try to work down in the zone in order to be effective.
The Saints starting pitcher, Nick Barnice, brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. The Goldeyes starting lineup is brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at pembinachrysler.com. Tyler Kuhn will lead it off, as he has for most of this season, hitting .357 with 3 homers and 30 driven in. Pretty great numbers for a guy going to the All-Star game. Kuhn is the leadoff man, followed by Josh Mazzola, then Brock Bond hitting 3rd. Casey Harther, the leading hitter in the league, bats 4th at .393. Luis Allen bats 5th. Reggie Abercrombie, the hero on Sunday, bats 6th. Donnie Webb, Jake Blackwood, and the newcomer Sam Kimmel round up the order for the Goldeyes. The Goldeyes starting lineup brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at pembinachrysler.com. Here's the first pitch to Tyler Kuhn. It's right down the middle for strike 1.
Kuhn's just been tremendous in the leadoff spot. He's such a patient hitter. Almost always works deep in the count. Really doing a nice job for the Goldeyes.
Pitch way inside from Barnice, 1-1 the count.
Excellent table setter. Showing a little extra base pop of late as well.
1 ball and 1 strike to Tyler Kuhn. Barnice working quickly, delivers. That's on the corner for strike 2, 1-2. Kuhn comes in hitting .357. In the Goldeyes' 10-9 loss on Saturday, he hit 2 home runs. He's driven in 30, which is really amazing for a leadoff man. There's a ground ball to the first baseman. Sonko handles it. Makes the play easily. 1 away for the Goldeyes, and here comes Josh Mazzola.
Those 30 ribbies, Scott, as well. It just goes to show how deep the Goldeyes batting lineup is. They turn that lineup over. Their 7, 8, 9 guys get on base, and Kuhn drives them in. As you mentioned, not typical for a leadoff man to get a lot of RBI situations. But the Goldeyes have such great depth 1 through 9 that Kuhn has been able to cash in when those opportunities have arisen.
So here's Mazzola hitting .241. First pitch to Josh is in there for strike 1. In the opening game of this doubleheader, the suspended game, he was 1 for 3. Had a single, flied out twice to the center fielder, and walked and stole a base. So pretty good game for Mazzola. Quickly, he falls behind 0-2.
Goldeyes entering today's action with a .294 team batting average. That was 2 points behind the Wichita Wingnuts and 3rd in the American Association.
Barnice delivers. That's high. A 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mazzola.
Pretty good velocity here from Barnice. Throwing in the high 80s, low 90s.
Barnice kicks, delivers. That's in there for strike 3. Mazzola's called out on strikes. First strike out of the game for Barnice. Mazzola doesn't believe it, and he's not leaving in a hurry.
Did not agree.
He did not. Al Foster had some fun with Josh Mazzola today and Reggie Abercrombie.
Let's just say prepare yourselves.
It was a fun interview. There's a pitch right down the middle for a strike.
There's gunplay involved. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes. Brock Bond hitting .281, no homers, 10 driven in. Pitches outside. Brock Bond, another one of those guys in a strange situation. Ray Sadler released, so Sadler had been the third hitter in the lineup in that first game. And it became Brock Bond, 1-2 to Bond. He came in and walked in the third inning, grounded out to short and walked again, so he finished 0 for 1 in that ballgame.
It's another real patient hitter, Scott, since he's joined the ball club.
1-2 to Bond. Here's Barnice's pitch. That's on the corner for strike 3, and that'll do it for the Goldeyes. 2 straight strikeouts for Nick Barnice. And the Goldeyes go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll go to the second inning in the seven-inning ball game. The second game of the doubleheader. Nick Barnice looked sharp in the first inning. It's St. Paul nothing, Winnipeg nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. Scott Taylor, Ken Wiebe, Al Foster. Glad you could join us right here at Shaw Park on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Join the movement to kick cancer. 5 simple things can reduce your risk of cancer up to 50%. Choose a balanced diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables. Get active to maintain a healthy body weight. Avoid tobacco and secondhand smoke. Protect yourself from UV rays. Follow cancer screening guidelines. See your doctor for regular checkups. Take the pledge to reduce your risk of cancer. Join the movement at kickcancer.ca.
An initiative of Cancer Care Manitoba Foundation, supported by Safeway.
Welcome back. There's Dave Neufeld, our center field photographer. Great shots from David during the game. Is that Roman doing that? You got him lined up? Roman Kolchitsky, the spectacular shooter from here in the press box. An outstanding shooter. We have the best shooters in the country. Matt Jackson works into his second inning. As the Goldeyes try to make it 3 in a row, 2 in a row over St. Paul in the second game of this doubleheader. Tomorrow night, starting at 5 o'clock, 2 more games for these two teams. Another doubleheader, 2 7-inning games tomorrow night, as they try to make up for that horrible rainstorm that started all the troubles throughout the province back in June.
I was going to say, it seems like that rainstorm has barely stopped.
It barely
this
stopped.
summer.
It's been a lot of
Beautiful
water.
day today, though.
Wasn't it sensational?
Absolutely.
Just a great day. Just a perfect night for baseball. So for the Saints here in the second inning, it'll be Joe Bonfie, Jake Taylor, and Joey Becker. Bonfie comes in hitting .295, 3 homers, 29 driven in. First pitch from Jackson is lined into right field for a base hit. Soft line drive in a big hole between first and second. Bonfie single, second hit of the night for the St. Paul Saints. Puts a runner at first with nobody out, and will bring up Jake Taylor.
That one will fall under the category of hit them where they are not.
That's right. And thank you for the grammatical correctness. Hit them where they are not. I like it. Because there was nobody there. Brock Bond against right-handed hitters really plays up the middle to almost all of them. Same with Jake Taylor right here. Jackson checks the runner, and there he goes. It's foul back. Hit and run was on.
I like the aggressiveness from George Samus's bunch. After getting shut out, you get a base runner on. Why not hit and run? Get the
other thing is
get the people in motion.
As we've noticed in these 7-inning games, if you can get the lead early, chances are you'll win.
Absolutely. I like the aggressive play.
So runner on first. Nobody out. Jake Taylor, 1 strike. Here's the pitch by Jackson. It's low, 1-1.
What do you think the All-Star selections? No real surprise. See the Goldeyes have 6 players after getting off to such a hot start.
No, and the changes are starting to be made already. Travis Denker isn't going to come. The guy with 18 homers. I really wanted to see him swing the bat.
Sure.
But he has a young family with a brand new baby, so he's going to stay in Texas. Pitch that misses, 2 balls and 1 strike.
This one's pretty close. I thought he held up. You probably thought he went.
I think they all do. How about me? 2 balls and 1 strike to Jake Taylor. Jackson goes to first, knowing that Joe Bonfie has already taken off once. Two and 1 to Jake Taylor. Bonfie with a real good lead at first base. Here's the pitch. Foul back. 2-2, the count to Taylor. Jake Taylor's from Reno Valley, California. Played in Sioux Falls, of course, last year. 27 years old, 6'2", 205. And a fan with a souvenir.
A lot of folks happy about souvenirs the last couple days.
Boy, there's been a lot.
Both here and in Minneapolis as well. A lot of souvenirs going out yesterday.
Wow, that was wild. The home run derby here for the All-Star game will be a wild one, too. Although, as I said, I'll miss Travis Dinker.
Close play over at first. Runner back easily.
2-2 to Jake Taylor. Here's the pitch by Jackson. It's inside, 3-2. Count full. We'll have Dan Chase in the 3rd inning to talk about the All-Star game. Coming up on the 28th and 29th. The American Association All-Star game, brought to you by Manitoba Liquor Lotteries right here at Shaw Park in downtown Winnipeg. 3-2, the count to Jake Taylor. Jackson checks the runner. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to Tyler Kuhn at short. Over to Bond, over to Arthur, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. Looking for the double play ball, Kenny, he got it.
Textbook right there, jammed him. Kuhn, underhand flip, Bond turns it quickly, gets the runner, bang, bang, double play right there.
A broken bat.
Broken bat action as well. Good flip by Kuhn. Bond easily turns the double play.
This keystone combination of Tyler Kuhn and Brock Bond have been sensational.
It's been real good to watch, and limited sample size, but I like what Blackwood's been doing over at third base as well.
First pitch by Jackson to Joey Becker is in there for strike 1. Josh Mazzola is a fine third baseman. Josh Mazzola can play every position on the field. He proved last year as a shortstop. But Jake Blackwood is a solid third baseman.
And again, we always talk about versatility in this league, and having a guy like Mazzola that you can play all over the place and have him play well, it is such a valuable asset for a manager like Rick Forney to have.
There isn't a position on the field Josh Mazzola can't play. And he'll pitch. He'll tell you he'll pitch. Because he's got a gun for an arm.
He certainly does have a strong arm.
2 strikes to Joey Becker. 2 away, nobody on. Pitch by Jackson. Fouled off again, heads up over there. Great catch. That's why you bring your glove to the ballpark.
Absolutely.
Nice job.
Because if you don't bring your glove, that's going to leave a mark.
No question about it. Leave a mark on somebody.
And again, we always talk, Rick Forney always tries to get at least 1 or 2 super utility guys on his roster. And every year it becomes valuable because there are injuries almost every season.
Two strikes to Joey Becker. Becker hanging in there. He came in hitting .260, 1 home run, 15 driven in. Joey Becker, 5'11", 185. He's 28 years old from Palmdale, California. He, too, played in Rancho Cucamonga last season and in Chattanooga.
Maybe it was a 2-for-1 deal.
Might have been. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Becker. Jackson delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 3rd strikeout of the game for Matt Jackson in the final out of this 2nd inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Matt Jackson with 3 strikeouts in this ball game as he cruises into the 3rd inning. It's St. Paul nothing, Winnipeg nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. It's live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway. The Lazy Boy Comfort Zones, located in the Winnipeg Free Press Sky Suite, is fully furnished with the latest Lazy Boy sofas, love seats, and recliners. The Winnipeg Goldeyes would like to thank Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, located at 1425 Ellis Avenue, for their support. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Comfort. It's what we...
I think it's great, yes.
American Association All-Star team.
Matt Rush is coming.
Good for him, former Goldeye. Helped the Goldeyes win that American Association championship.
Look forward to seeing Matt. And the other pitcher that's coming from Quebec, who I think is one of the best pitchers around, Carl Gélina, who is just a tremendous pitcher. So we'll see a couple of great pitchers. This is ground ball to the shortstop. Becker handles it. Fires across the diamond. And Harther grounds out. Casey Harther came into this game second in extra base hits with 28. Third in on-base percentage at 426. Third in slugging percentage at 604. Second in total bases with 125. Leading the league, tied with Tyler Kuhn in hits at 83. And leading in doubles with 21, while he leads in batting at 393 starting game 2 of this doubleheader. Here's Luis Allen. He's hitting 317. Speaking of all-stars, he'll be the all-star catcher. First pitch to Allen is high for ball 1.
Yeah, Harther's season is nothing short of phenomenal so far, to the closing to the midway point.
Absolutely tremendous. Games. Luis Allen has 19 hits in 38 at-bats. Scored 8 runs, hit 3 home runs, and driven in 9. There's one foul under the roof.
That'll help rise the batting average.
It will. He batted 500 and does 10. Pretty well. In the first game of the doubleheader tonight, he went 3 for 4, which is pretty good in itself. Drove in 2 runs. It's a good day at the office. 2-2 the count to Luis. Pitch is low. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And he's also a very good receiver. He does a great job handling the pitching
Talk to
staff.
the pitchers on this team, and the first thing they say is Luis called a great game.
So prepared.
First thing they say.
And he loves the game.
Plays 200 games a year. And there's ball 4. Luis draws a walk. Of course, he either plays in Nicaragua or Colombia in the offseason, lives in Venezuela.
You have to love the game to play year-round.
And catch all the time.
Exactly. That's hard on the body.
So here's Reggie, the hero on Sunday. The first game of the doubleheader, Reggie went 0 for 4. Flied out to center, was safe on a fielder's choice. Flied out to left and struck out. Pitches inside, ball 1. Reggie comes in hitting 255, leads the team with 11 home runs, has driven in 33. 1 less than Casey Harther. 1 ball and no strikes to Reg. There's one chopped foul. Reggie's mom's in town from Atlanta, enjoying herself. Reggie was pretty proud of the fact he hit that home run on Sunday afternoon with Mom in the park. 1-1 the count. Off-speed pitch popped up. Second baseman Sam Moss makes the catch. And that's the second out of the inning. It'll bring up Donnie Webb.
Abercrombie with the Yasiel Puig bat flip, but it wasn't for a home run that time.
No, it was for a little anger at oneself.
A little bit of angst.
So here's Donnie Webb. He's another all-star. Hit 276 with 6 homers and 28 driven in. Pitch by Barnice was low, ball 1. Tremendous fielder with a big arm, Donnie Webb.
Pretty good base runner as well.
Luis Allen, wondering what Barnice was doing. Allen was on the base. Barnice threw over to first.
Having a good chuckle.
One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch to Webb. It's in there for strike 1-1.
Allen does have 2 steals. He's been caught once, but he has 2 steals this year, so he is an occasional threat to run.
Mm-hmm. There's a line shot. That'll get into the corner. Webb rounds first. He'll go into second. Luis Allen all the way to third, and the Goldeyes have something going. And that's the Goldeyes' first hit of the game. It's brought to you by the University of Winnipeg. This year, the Goldeyes' leading hitter will win the Tear, the Cover Off the Ball trophy presented by the University of Winnipeg. The current leader is Casey Harther, hitting .393. That's incredible. Let's have another look at the first hit of the game.
Real good piece of hitting here by Donnie Webb. Gets a pitch up in the zone. You see the hustle by Allen going first to third. No question in his mind he's heading towards Rick Forney. Quickly got the stop sign. Great hustle by Donnie Webb, getting into second base with that double.
So here comes Jake Blackwood, hitting .270. 3 homers, 23 driven in. Couple of runners in scoring position. Off-speed pitch is low, ball 1. Blackwood out a couple of weeks with that ankle injury. Has come back, started at third base. Pitch by Barnice. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to Jake Blackwood.
Just his 5th game back. I think .267 in those games.
Off-speed pitch. Oh, right up the middle. And that's an out. It's caught. It was kicked by Barnice right to Moss. It'll be a line out to the second baseman with an assist to the pitcher. How many times does that happen? That was a base hit up the middle with 2 runs. And for naught. Let's have another look.
As a hitter trying to find your groove, boy, oh boy, this is frustration right here. Off the back of the heel. Just a line shot. That's up the middle for a 2 RBI single. Instead, it's off the heel of the pitcher and into the glove of Sam Moss for the 3rd out of the inning. This game stays scoreless.
That's when you know you're snake bit. You look at downtown Winnipeg. St. Paul and Winnipeg are tied at 0-0. We'll go to the top of the 3rd inning. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Check out 300 Rise of an Empire, available right now on Shaw On Demand.
I will attack the Greeks with my entire navy.
Let it be shown, we chose to die on our feet rather than live on our knees.
At Go Winnipeg, we get to do things a little bit differently than other stations.
It all starts with sitting down to draw a picture.
We go past the basic facts and become storytellers, showing viewers what's happening in the city and beyond.
And I hope one day I can play in the Olympics.
Stories that may otherwise be missed, yet matter so much to our community. We even hit the scene with special event live mobile coverage. That's the Shaw TV difference.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Nice crowd tonight on a beautiful night for baseball as the Goldeyes play into the 3rd inning of the 2nd game of what is essentially a doubleheader, although the first game was a suspended game. Our guest in this palatial Shaw press box here tonight, Dan Chase, the Sales and Marketing Director of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Dan, welcome.
It is great to be here again, Scott. Thanks for having me back. I wasn't sure I'd be asked back, but I feel good about it now.
Well, you should have been asked back because you got something to sell. We've got an all-star game coming up, and it's going to be a great 2 days.
It is going to be spectacular, and I understand that I'm actually sitting in the booth of greatness because I'm pretty sure that Kenny Weeb will lock down the media skills competition, and I'm just pleased to be in the same booth as him.
If he doesn't win, the fix is in.
It's a lot of pressure for a guy who hasn't played in 5 seasons.
It doesn't matter. For the St. Paul Saints here in the 3rd inning, it's Jared McDonald, Dwight Childs, and then back to the top of the order, and Devin Tout. First pitch to McDonald is foul back for strike 1. So Monday's fun day. Monday's the Fan Fest and the skills competition and the media skills competition, and then Tuesday's work day. Tuesday's the luncheon and the All-Star game.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great couple of days of celebrations, that's for sure.
1-1, the count to Jared McDonald. Tell us about the luncheon. It's going to be some fun. It's at the Fairmont, and apparently the guest speaker's pretty good.
Well, if those of you who know a guy by the name of Fergie Jenkins, he's going to be up there, and he's a great guy and a great pitcher. We're glad to have him.
It's a ground ball to Casey Harther at first. He handles it easily, steps on the bag, and that's the first out of this third inning. Our guest is Dan Chase, Director of Sales and Marketing for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Tell us about the 28th Fan Fest. There's parties. There's all sorts of stuff going on the Monday.
Right, on the 28th, we start with the Fan Fest, like you've said, at 3 o'clock out on the promenade. And, of course, the skills competition starts at 6 o'clock with the media skills right off the bat, and then the American Association skills competition. And after all that, we've got a great party at the picnic park featuring free ride as Harry and the Armpits. Love it.
Here's Dwight Childs, the catcher, first pitches. Now, they're kind of like the old Sean on Awe band, aren't they?
They are indeed. They really play all that great old music and fun to dance to. And
did you say great old or gray old?
Well, you can take it whichever way you want to, Scotty. It's good stuff. We know that.
It is good stuff. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. 1 strike to Dwight Childs. Here's the pitch by Matt Jackson. It's in there for strike 2. So the weather's getting better. The crowds are picking up.
Almost 5,800 here tonight on a beautiful night.
Weather's been just a pain. It's the only way to describe it. We were talking about all the things that had happened in this first game from the first time it was played until tonight. Jackson's pitch is foul back. Actually, the pitcher that started the game on June 14th and came back and started tonight had been traded to San Angelo in Texas and gone all the way to Texas and come all the way back and was back here to start again. The third hitter in the lineup isn't even with the Goldeyes anymore. There's one foul back again.
Well, you're talking about weather, Scott, and you and I were sitting up here on Sunday afternoon that started in rain and stopped and started and went 11 innings and whatnot, and our fans stuck it out, and what a great way to finish that game for sure.
It was tremendous, and the fans deserve a lot of credit for sticking it out. 2 strikes to Dwight Childs. Jackson kicks, delivers. Chop foul. So we have announced the All-Star teams. The baseball is going to be pretty sensational on Tuesday night.
Absolutely, and to have 6 Goldeyes players on that team, you know, it'll be great to see our fans come out and support those guys and support the whole entire event, because there's lots of things going on.
And there's an after party.
We do have.
Struck him out. Tell me about the after party.
After party at the Metropolitan Entertainment Complex, sponsored by the Winnipeg Free Press, and we're just going to have a great time there with some beverages and some snacks, and we understand that, of course, Shaw is broadcasting the All-Star game, so we think we're going to put that up on the big screen at the Met and watch that while we dance and have some fun.
It's a great facility there. For those who haven't been there, it's fantastic.
2-way. There's Devin Tout, the leadoff hitter. He singled back in the first inning. So there are some tickets still available for the All-Star game?
There are indeed, and you know, I wouldn't want to leave it too much longer. You know, I think it's about the right time to be purchasing tickets. And we've got fireworks after right. The game, and Archangel is going to amp up their show, and it's going to be really something else.
Pitch on the corner, 2 balls and 1 strike to Devin Tout. Our guest is Dan Chase, the Director of Sales and Marketing of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. We're here to talk about the All-Star game. The teams have been announced. If you go to goldeyes.com, you can see our selection show. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Actually, we have 7 Goldeyes because I still think of Matt Rush as one of ours.
Good to see him coming back, that's for sure.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Devin Tout. Jackson kicks, delivers. Ground ball up the middle, handled by the pitcher. Good defensive effort by Matt Jackson. He throws to first, and that does it for St. Paul in the third inning. Nothing across, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll have another peek at this good defensive play by Matt Jackson.
This is where the pitcher's fielding practice comes in handy, Scott. Got him out in front. 1 hopper back to the mound. Steps and throws over to Harther, and that's it for the inning.
So nothing across for the St. Paul Saints in the top of the third. It's still big zeros up in that board. This is a 7-inning game. Remember that. 7-inning game. Safeway, Goldeyes Baseball, and it's live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Ready for summer? If you have a cottage or cabin, Shaw Direct has your family's entertainment covered. Get Shaw Direct Satellite TV for your home away from home and receive your first month free. 2 free movies plus a free HD PVR rental for 2 years. Got a cottage or cabin? Get Shaw Direct Satellite TV today.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Chiropractors in Manitoba are passionate about the services they provide. Over the years, they develop health and wellness programs for the public that provide preventative approaches to avoiding pain and improving daily performance. One of those programs that we do right here at the ballpark is called Straighten Up Manitoba. It'll help improve posture, stabilize core muscle groups, enhance health, and prevent problems with your spine. You can complete the exercises right here at the ballpark, or if you have 3 free minutes anytime during your day. It's called Straighten Up Manitoba, and it's a message from the Manitoba Chiropractors. Our guest is Dan Chase. 5,800 in the ballpark tonight. Here comes the newcomer, Sam Kimmel. We had to redo our intro today, Dan, because Steve Schuster and I both thought it was Jimmy Kimmel. We were disappointed. We like Sam, nice enough guy, but we were kind of hoping it was Jimmy.
Yeah, he's not as funny as Jimmy.
No, good ball player, though. Yep. Came out of the Orioles organization, replacing Ryan Pineda. Had a single in that first game today. Pitch from Barnice is low, 2 balls and no strikes. So you've got the party on Monday night in the picnic area, and the party on Tuesday night is at the Met.
Absolutely.
Now, will there be bands on the promenade?
Absolutely. To start things off, we always like to have some music out there to keep things going. That'll be along with the card show and lots of interactive games to start the day.
Yeah, speaking of the card show, Mike Bergman from Lower Level Sports Cards is the number 9 hitter, Sam Kimmel, draws a walk. He is in the ballpark tonight, and lots of people at his booth at the ballpark tonight. So people are starting to get excited about the All-Star game coming the 28th and 29th. The 28th skills competition night, and it's just rush seating for skills competition.
Yes. So come on down. You can get your tickets in advance, but you can certainly show up at the door and enjoy all the festivities.
So runner at first, nobody out, and Tyler Kuhn, the top of the order, at the plate. Tyler's 0 for 1. He grounded out to first back in the first inning. In the first game today, Tyler Kuhn singled in 3 trips, also walked and scored a run. Barnice checks the runner, and he's going to try to keep Sam Kimmel honest. We haven't seen Kimmel yet to try to steal a base. One strike, Tyler Kuhn. There's one flared out into left field. That should drop harmlessly foul. It does.
You know, Scott, I wanted to mention that at the All-Star game, we've imported a couple of these great acts, Superstars.
Oh, right.
Those inflatable mascots, and Bird Zirk, and these characters are just unbelievable. They are so funny, and they will be all over the place. Definitely just those acts alone are worth the price of admission.
Bird Zirk and Superstars.
Well said.
Pitch is high to Tyler Kuhn. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Goldeyes shortstop.
Just as a point of reference, Scott, Kimmel, in his 3 minor league seasons, 18 stolen bases, been caught 9 times. So he does have some speed, but the efficiency rate, you'd like it to be a little bit higher.
There goes Kimmel, and it's fouled into the crowd. Hit and run on with a 1-2 count to Tyler Kuhn.
Nice call, Kenny.
Kenny Weeb's on top of it. You know that, Dan.
Well, you see, last time I was up here, Kenny wasn't here, so I felt the pressure now. Now that we've got Kenny, this is Way
no
relaxed.
pressure
Just
at all.
be yourself.
Absolutely.
Dan Chase, Director of Sales and Marketing for the Goldeyes. Pitch is outside, 2-2. Barnice against Kuhn, two of the best in the league. Barnice, the 3.63 ERA. Tyler Kuhn comes in hitting .357. Fouled off again. Tyler Kuhn battling.
The table setter.
So if you've never been to a Goldeyes game, Dan Chase, and you are coming to the All-Star game for your first game, where would you suggest people sit?
Well, you know what? I'm a first base kind of guy. I like the action over here, but every seat in this ballpark is just absolutely excellent. So you can't choose a bad seat.
Is there going to be something on the patio deck?
Patio deck is sold. All the Sky Suites are sold.
Wow.
Double suite is gone. But like I say, we have some tickets available, and you can find all kinds of information at goldeyes.com.
Absolutely. 2-2 the count to Tyler Kuhn. Sam Kimmel with the leadoff, and there's a base hit into right field. Kimmel rounds second. He's going to go to third, and it gets away from the right fielder, and here comes Kimmel. Evan Bigley couldn't handle it. Kuhn will go all the way to third, and in comes Sam Kimmel with the first run of the ball game. Evan Bigley let it get under his glove, and the Goldeyes have a 1-0 lead. Well, wasn't that interesting? A two-base error.
Great at bat for Tyler Kuhn. Really battled hard, got a pitch over the plate that he could drive. Nailed it to right field, and that's just a misplay. That is a single and a two-base error that allows Kimmel to score. Great hustle by Kimmel. He was going first to third, and the reason the right fielder rushed the play is that he knew Kimmel was going first to third, and when he bobbled it, that allowed Kimmel to score all the way from first base.
So the Goldeyes take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third on a two-base error by Evan Bigley in right field. The ball just went right under Bigley's glove. So now Kuhn, with nobody out, is at third base. And Josh Mazzola at the plate. The infield is in. They're on the grass to protect against a second run. And Dan Chase, we've been talking about the fact that in these 7-inning games, you get ahead, the game ends all of a sudden. You don't get those two last innings, those 6 extra outs.
Absolutely. We need to get Josh going here, that's for sure. You have a base hit in the first game, Scott? Did Josh?
In game 1, Josh Mazzola had a single in 3 trips.
Yep.
Tyler Kuhn at third, nobody out. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. 2-2 to Mazzola. Anything else coming up in the next couple of weeks?
Well, we've got doubleheader tomorrow night. 2 7-inning games for the price of one, and a noon start on Thursday after, and then a little road trip, and then back home to meet Fargo Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 21, 22, 23.
2-2 to Mazzola. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle, base hit. Solid single to center will score Tyler Kuhn, and the Goldeyes take a 2-0 lead. A base hit up the middle for Josh Mazzola with the infield in.
Called shot by Dan Chase right there.
Called shot by Dan Chase. We should keep him in here.
Just a smart piece of hitting with the infield in. You know, you just got to get a good contact on it. Drilled up the middle. Mazzola doesn't try to do too much with it. Doesn't try to pull it. Just hits it where it's pitched and drives in an important insurance run.
So Goldeyes take a 2-0 lead. Mazzola for still nobody out here in this third inning, and a balk has been charged to Barnice, and Mazzola go to second base.
Was he bit by a mosquito, or what happened there, guys?
He was looking at the plate and decided to change his mind. We'll have a peek at it. Oh, there it just,
whoops. The old, I didn't mean to pause, but I kind of did.
That's a balk. Mazzola knew it right away. That's a balk. It's a dance move, I think. That little extra shake.
Brock Bonds squared around on that one. We'll see if Rick Forney keeps the bunt on here as the Goldeyes try to extend the lead. Or if they'll let him swing away and try to just pull the ball on the ground to advance Mazzola.
Pitch to Bond. It's chopped to second base. Good bit of hitting. Bond is thrown out at first, but Mazzola moves on to third base. As Brock Bond does his job, is exactly as Kenny Wiebe called it.
Just simple execution of the fundamentals right there, Scott. Doesn't matter if you lay the bunt down or ground out to the right side. The important thing is that you try to advance the runner 90 feet, and that is exactly what Brock Bond did, and he gets high fives all around from his teammates for doing so. It counts against him in his batting average, but he doesn't care. He did his job.
There's a base hit by Casey Harther, and that'll drive in Josh Mazzola with the third run of the inning. A solid single to center for Casey Harther on the first pitch he sees from Nick Barnice, and the Goldeyes have put up a 3 spot here in the third, and they still have a runner at first with only one out, and Luis Allen coming to the plate. This is your all-star team right here.
You know, Casey's such a great hitter. He knew exactly what he was doing there. He wanted to get that runner in from third, and what a great job.
Now this is what the Goldeyes were doing when they rattled off that big winning streak.
That's exactly what they were doing.
Simple execution of the fundamentals. You get the runner to third base with fewer than 2 outs, you cash him in.
So a runner at first. Pitch to Luis Allen is in the dirt. Good job defensively by Dwight Childs, the catcher.
And again, an error opened the door for a big inning here. We always talk about extra outs. This wasn't necessarily an extra out, but it gave 2 bases to 2 players and put the Saints in a hole, and the Goldeyes have sort of taken advantage since that point.
A high fly ball in the left field. Joe Bonfie makes the catch. And Allen is the second out of the inning. It'll bring up Reggie Abercrombie. Are you surprised Reggie wasn't an all-star? I kind of was. Not that he should have been an all-star this year, but when Reggie came here, I thought this is a perfect situation for him to be coming into.
I agree with that, you know, and as you know, Reggie's been struggling a bit. Sunday was a big day for Reggie, hitting that walk-off home run, and hopefully that'll be the turning the tide for him and get him going for the second half.
Runner at first, 2-way. Reggie at the plate. Here's the pitch by Barnice, and it's shot foul.
His average is down for what we're used to seeing, but he does have good power numbers, the 11 homers, the 33 ribbies. I would say right now he is a potential candidate to replace Ryan Pineda if he can't play in the game. Possibility anyways.
Yeah, I would think. Especially you want him in the home run derby. Got to have Reggie in the home run derby.
Absolutely.
Not sure they have captain's picks here, do they? They should.
They should. Should have captain's picks for the home run derby. Well, if Ryan Pineda can't play, Reggie'd be a great replacement.
Reggie's such a great guy. He's, you know, great in the locker room, great spirit. So hopefully things will move along.
Oh, you have to see the interview.
After
there's been no spoiler. I will not spoil this, but his interview this afternoon with Al Foster is as good as any television you'll ever see. One ball and 2 strikes to Abercrombie. Here's the pitch by Barnice. And there's a fly ball deep into center field, but it'll be handled quite easily by Jared McDonald. And that does it for the Goldeyes in the third. Goldeyes pick up 3 runs to take a 3-0 lead. On 3 hits, there were no errors and 1 man left. Thank you to Dan Chase, the Director of Sales and Marketing. Thank you very much. The All-Star Game 28th and 29th, right here at Shaw Park.
Can't wait for it, Scott. Thanks for giving me the time.
Thanks, Dan. Dan Chase, everybody. Winnipeg leads at 3-0. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Good start.
Take it.
That's not a bad start, given the circumstances, too, having to play a half game up leading into this one.
Yeah, we've been expecting it. We had a lot of rain last month when St. Paul was in town, so we knew it was going to be difficult playing pretty much 5 games in 2.5 days. So you're here, it's going to be difficult for both teams. Just make the most of it, keep a positive outlook, and play as hard as you can.
Speaking of positive, before the game, Reggie Abercrombie gave you some real props about just keeping the clubhouse loose, especially when you're in that 5-game losing skid.
Well, there's really no reason to get upset. You know, it's just every day's a new day. You can't do anything about the outcome the previous day or the day before that. Just come with a healthy attitude and come to work every day.
Thanks for this, Rick.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Al Foster, and thank you very much, Rick Forney. We just had the 7th inning stretch in the top of the 4th inning. These 7-inning games get very interesting. The 7th inning stretch is brought to you by the Dugout Goldeyes Souvenir Store. 2 locations right here at Shaw Park. Come on now, join the Dugout Store. Sean Seawright is our manager, and he does a great job. We go to the top of the 4th inning. For the St. Paul Saints, it's Sam Moss, the second baseman, followed by Evan Bigley, the right fielder, who no doubt will run a tone for that 2-base error back in the 3rd. And then Angelo Sonko, the cleanup hitter, will bat 3rd in this inning. So here comes Sam Moss, the second baseman. The Goldeyes take a 3-0 lead. Matt Jackson against Sam Moss. Sam Moss from Northfield, Minnesota, went to St. Olaf College. First pitch by Jackson is in there for a strike. Goldeyes lead at 3-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Winnipeg won the opener 4-0, which was actually a suspended game from June 14th, but we've been through that explanation before. Jackson's pitch is low. Northfield, Minnesota. Sam Moss is home. What do you know about Northfield, Minnesota?
Not a lot. That's
where Billy the Kid was captured in the great Northfield, Minnesota raid.
Good research by you.
Saw the movie. It's a ground ball up the middle. Brock Bond handles it at second base. Fires to first, and that's it for Sam Moss. Again, we see where Brock Bond against right-handed hitters plays him right up the middle.
Yeah, well done by him, no question. Good positioning. Jackson pitches him away. Bond, good footwork to get in front of the ball so he can get himself in a good position to unleash a good throw to Casey Harther to retire the batter.
So 1 away, here's Evan Bigley, the right fielder. Bigley struck out swinging back in the 1st inning. Also made a 2-base error.
I do love Minnesota, though. And that is a great ballpark. A lot of folks are getting a chance to see Target Field for the first time here on the...
A lot of the National League fans are getting to see it for the first time, and it's a tremendous park.
What a great place.
There's one shot foul at the plate, 1-1 to Evan Bigley.
And you and I have been to MLB All-Star games. They are a lot of fun. I know a lot of people think, oh, All-Star game, these guys don't try. It's not really an exciting game. There is talent on display, and there's things that you never expect to see. That year in Seattle, Ichiro Suzuki was doing nothing but hit home runs. Here's a slap singles hitter from Japan. And during batting practice, you and I were sitting in right field, and this guy is hitting bomb after bomb. We're like, who is this guy?
He was a 1-2, the count to Bigley. He fouls it back. Before the game, Al Foster had an opportunity to talk to Evan Bigley.
Some good numbers.
Yeah, just been I've been feeling pretty good. You know, coming to this season, wanting to play well. You know, hoping to get picked up, and that's my main goal, and helping the team win. So that's, you know, that was my focus coming in, and I, you know, trained hard and prepared hard for this season, and I feel like it's, you know, everything's coming together and it's paying off.
Now, we're not even at the All-Star break yet, but this is a critical series, isn't it, with the Goldeyes coming up here?
Yeah, our last 6 games, you know, we made it as a team goal to, you know, kind of turn our season around because we went through a little edge of not playing that well, and so our last 6 games were 5-1, and we know coming in here they're, I think, 5.5 games up. So this is a critical series. You know, we want to play well to get back into the race, so we feel pretty good about it.
All right, thanks for this, Evan.
Yeah, no problem.
Evan Bigley just struck out for the 2nd time. This time looking. He's 0 for 2. It brings up Angelo Sonko, the first baseman. He struck out back in the 1st. Sonko came into the game hitting .267, 8 bombs, 36 driven in. There's one right back up the middle for a base hit. So Sonko gets the 3rd hit of the ball game for the St. Paul Saints with 2 out here in the 4th inning. And that brings up the left fielder Joe Bonfie. Bonfy singled back in the second inning. It was the second hit of the game for St. Paul. Joe Bonfy from Augusta, Georgia. Same hometown as Cephas Howard, the new pitcher for the Goldeyes.
It's a nice addition to the bullpen.
He's a real nice addition. A great guy, too.
Is he still throwing as hard as he used to?
Yeah, he came in. Again, we talked about the fact that he basically stole a win from Chris Salamita on Sunday by pitching to one batter. And he admits himself that's the way baseball is. And you know what he said? He pitched on Saturday in Amarillo and lost. Then he comes into Sunday, throws 2 pitches and gets the win. But Cephas Howard from Augusta, Georgia. Never played golf.
He throws hard.
He throws very hard. Didn't start playing baseball till he was 12. Started out as a catcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Joe Bonfy. Big guy, too. Strong guy.
Another setup, potential setup man in that bullpen. He's done some closing in his past as well.
He has, yes. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bonfy. Jackson's pitch. Chop foul. Count remains 1-2. Cephas Howard is batting 1,000 in the American Association. He got his only hit and his only at bat right here in Winnipeg in 2009. Playing for Schaumburg, they handed him a bat and said, the designated hitter's out, so you have to hit. And he said, I didn't even know what I was doing. I got the first pitch, off-speed pitch line for a base hit. Donnie Webb hustles over, and going on to third base and really hustling is Angelo Sonko. So now runners on the corner as Sonko goes into third. A solid single to left for Bonfy, his second hit. And now the St. Paul Saints have something going.
Yeah, hanging curve right over the heart of the plate. One of the rare mistakes Jackson has made in this contest. And Smart heads up base running with the 2 outs, first to third by Sonko.
Good hustle by Sonko, and that brings up Jake Taylor.
Hey, pitchers love to hit. Sean Doolittle had a chance to hit the other day for Oakland. I think it was against the Blue Jays. And he made that picture his avatar for the next while on Twitter. First major league at bat.
Pitch by Jackson, off-speed pitch fouled off. Good pitch by Matt Jackson.
Doolittle is a converted position player, though, mind you.
And as Cephas Howard said, he was a catcher for most of his career, and the Angels made him a pitcher. But he said, they just handed me a bat, and I went up there and threw me. I figured I'm going to see a fastball on the first pitch. It's going to be right down the middle, and I'm not going to miss it. And he hit it off the wall. Swing and a miss, fastball at 85. And quickly, Matt Jackson gets ahead of Jake Taylor 0-2. So Cephas Howard 1 for 1 in his career in the American Association.
Hey, when you're batting 1,000, you don't want to bat again.
0-2, runners on the corners. Jackson trying to get out of this 4th inning. Here's the pitch. Oh, that just missed, and that just missed. Jackson thought he had strike 3.
Let's have a look. We know this is close. Is this framed? Oh, boy.
Whoa. Wow, that's a
look like it's on the corner to me.
How
do you take that pitch with 2 out?
Whoa. Home plate umpire Harrison Silverman and Ken Wiebe and Scott Taylor disagree. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jake Taylor. That was right down the middle. Here's the pitch, fouled off. Harrison Silverman is the home plate umpire. Lance Schoenwald is at first base, and Darius Ghani is at third. 1-2 to Jake Taylor. The crowd with souvenirs. Bonfy's at first, Sonko's at third. 2 are gone. The Goldeyes lead at 3-0. Jackson checks the runner, and he'll go to first base. Joey Becker, the shortstop, into the on-deck circle if Jake Taylor can lengthen this inning. Jackson delivers inside, 2-2.
A little extra zip on that one. I think he's still thinking about that pitch he threw that
Wow.
should have rung this batter up on, I believe.
He missed the pitch. He didn't throw it where Allen set up. He threw it right over the middle of the plate.
He's on the corner.
Oh.
Close.
Wow, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 6th strikeout of the game by Matt Jackson. And he eventually does get Jake Taylor the final out of the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. The Goldeyes continue to lead at 3-0. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. Scott Taylor, Al Foster, Ken Wiebe, and a cast of thousands bringing you the ballgame from Shaw Park on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Welcome back. Crowd in the suites enjoying the game tonight. Of course, you always enjoy the game in the suites here. If you ever want a suite, just give me a call, 982-2273, right here at the ballpark.
Well, Scotty and Ken, I just want to, of course, remind folks about our Twitter account, Shaw TV Winnipeg. We'd love to hear from our viewers. And guess who we got a tweet from here? None other than Nick Grigsby, the coolest Winnipeg Blue Bomber right now, probably the most popular next to Drew Willie.
Oh, and by the way,
yes,
a great ball player.
Yes, I was going to say,
two
sport athlete there. Well, he says he's going to be at tomorrow's Goldeyes game, and he says, I'm excited to hear some wood again. To which Alistair McKenty replied to Nick Grigsby saying, you should become Winnipeg's two-sport athlete.
Yeah, Nick Grigsby was a big-time ball player. College star. Tremendous athlete, just a tremendous athlete. Great running back.
Saying here
to try to get him down for some BP.
Yeah, he should come down and take some BP.
Picked up by the Minnesota Twins, you
Yes,
guys.
he was, yeah.
Not a bad running back.
No, very well. Good enough running back that Will Ford is looking for work.
Now a Saskatchewan Rough Rider right here.
Yes, exactly. Okay, it'll be Donnie Webb, Jake Blackwood, and Sam Kimmel. Maybe it'll be Nick Grigsby in the batting cage tomorrow. Who knows? First pitch to Donnie Webb, swing and a miss. Webb looking for the river in that.
And maybe not the day before a game, but Grigsby, we'll get him down here. We'll get to work on that.
We should get him in the celebrity media skills competition to get you some competition because there's nobody else in town.
I'm not competing with Nick Grigsby. I think he would mow me down.
He would mow you down. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Donnie Webb. Webb is 1 for 1. He doubled back in the 2nd inning. Sent Luis Allen to 3rd. They were stranded. And Jake Blackwood hit that line drive off the shoe of Nick Barnice. Low and outside, 2-2. That deflected off his boot and landed in the glove of Sam Moss at second base. 2-2, the count to Donnie Webb. Barnice kicks and delivers, and there's one flared out into left field. Will it get down? Nope, not going to. Joe Bonfim gets over and makes the catch. And that's the first out of this 4th inning for the Goldeyes. It'll bring up Jake Blackwood. So Blackwood, the hard luck third baseman of the Goldeyes, who hit that line shot that should have been 2 runs batted in and went off the cleat of the pitcher right into the glove of the second baseman.
When you've been around as long as Blackwood, you know that you're going to get a bloop or a flare at some point to make up for that. But at the time, you were feeling a lot of frustration because you can't do anything more than that. You laced a line shot up the middle that should have given you 2 RBIs.
1 strike to Blackwood. That's inside, 1-1.
Instead, it produces a L14 on the scorebook. You do not see that very often.
It looks like L14 in my scoreboard. L14. There's one chopped to the first baseman, Sonko. He handles it and makes the play himself for the second out of this fourth inning. So 2 away, and that'll bring up Sam Kimmel, the newcomer, who has a run scored in this ball game after drawing a walk back in the third inning.
Kimmel was drafted twice, Scott. First by the Cincinnati Reds back in 2011 in the 35th round. Then he went in the 18th round in 2012, picked by the Baltimore Orioles, where he spent parts of 3 seasons. The last amateur team he played for was Stetson University, which is where Winnipegger Ben Onishko will be headed in the fall. He was drafted this year in the MLB draft, but going the college route.
Which campus of Stetson does he go to? A couple of campuses in Florida, Stetson University. Is it Daytona? You've got the Google machine. Where's Al Foster, our Googler?
Oh, DeLand.
In DeLand.
DeLand,
yes.
sorry.
DeLand, Florida. Yeah, right between Orlando and Daytona. That's James Murphy's hometown, speaking of football players. DeLand, Florida. His number's retired at DeLand High School. 3 balls and no strikes to Sam Kimmel. Kimmel's already walked once and scored a run. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. 3-1.
Also did some catching, Scott, before playing in the outfield. 1 full season as a catcher.
It's a ground ball, and Sonko lets it go under his glove. We'll see what Steve Eitzen decides, the official scorer. And he'll give it a base hit for Sam Kimmel. So Kimmel credited with a single to right.
Hard hit ball by Kimmel. A bit of a misplay, bit of an ole, but I think scoring at a hit is probably right. It wasn't a routine play, but again, it's a play that the first baseman should make. But considering he was down on his knee, it wasn't necessarily a routine play. So I think you have to give the hit on that. But Sonko definitely, if you asked him if he should have made the play, he would say yes. If that makes sense.
I think he would. Sam Kimmel took 3 steps to steal a base, didn't go. Dwight Childs came up throwing. No place to throw to. Quickly, 2 balls and no strikes to Tyler Kuhn. Kuhn with a single, a run score. And Barnice now going to make sure Kimmel hugs that first base. Being held over there by Angelo Sonko. Pitch to Kuhn, and there's a long fly ball to center field. Not a problem for Jared McDonald. Back on it, makes the catch, and that does it. Goldeyes get a hit, and that's it. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. We'll go to the 5th. Remember, this is a 7-inning ball game, so we're getting on here at Shaw Park. It's the Winnipeg Goldeyes 3, the St. Paul Saints nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Visit Goldeyes.com, the official website for everything you need to know about your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Check out the players, the front office, and even the Safeway Goldeyes baseball broadcast schedule on Shaw TV. It's all right there at Goldeyes.com.
And a Blue Jay fan here at the ballpark tonight.
I believe Drew Hutchinson.
And that's Reggie Abercrombie's mom.
Oh,
right
there she is.
Enjoying the ball game.
Speaking of the Jays, Drew Hutchison pitched for Stetson University, I believe.
He did indeed, yes. There are a number of campuses, Stetson, all over the state of Florida. Of course, Sam Kimmel makes his home in West Palm Beach. Nice spot. Dancing Gabe makes his home in St. Vital.
It's a good place to live.
Dude. There's young Kyron Kissick and his mom. The first of an infield that Chris Kissick wants. Little guy, great guy. So Matt Jackson works into the 5th In this 5th inning, he'll face Joey Becker, the shortstop, then Jared McDonald, the center fielder, and Dwight Childs, the catcher, the 7th, 8th, and 9th hitters here tonight. Again, tomorrow the game starts at 5. It's a doubleheader, 2 7-inning games, 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. And then it's a nooner on Thursday. The Goldeyes and Saints wrap up this 5 games in 2.5 days series. And that's Luis. And his wife and his little guy.
He's sleepy.
He's sleepy. He wants his blanket. Babies all over the ballpark. So here's Joey Becker. Becker from Palmdale, California, as we mentioned. Another one of those guys who played in Rancho Cucamonga last year. Here's Jackson's first pitch. It's on the corner for strike 1. Becker came into this ball game hitting .260 as a homer, 15 driven in, struck out back in the 2nd. Pitch by Jackson, fouled off, quickly 0-2. So to go back to tomorrow, the 2 teams will start at 5 o'clock. So get here about 4 for dinner. And enjoy an evening with 2 7-inning games. We'll have about 5 hours of baseball for you. Pitch is on the corner for strike 3. Joey Becker called out. Strikeout number 7 for Matt Jackson. Jackson is starting to deal.
Just a fantastic outing here. Goldeyes pitching this evening has been spectacular, dating back to the resumption of the suspended game.
So Jackson using all his pitches too. Will face Jared McDonald, the center fielder. McDonald grounded out to the first baseman, Casey Harther, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. He sees an 83-mile-an-hour fastball from Jackson.
Those 7 strikeouts tie a season high, Scott. This is the 3rd time he's already done it, and despite getting roughed up last start, as I mentioned, the 11 hits and 7 earned runs.
It was a line drive foul. Harther couldn't make the play, let the ball go, knew it was a foul ball. So way out in front of it is Jared McDonald. Count remains 0-2.
Jackson still managed 7 strikeouts in his last outing. Also had 7 against the Sioux City Explorers back on May 28th.
Jackson makes his home in Bossier, Louisiana. Pitch misses low. 1 ball and 2 strikes to McDonald. He's 6'4", 195, 26 years old. Got as far as Tucson in AAA, but injuries kind of beat him up. He's trying to make this comeback and doing a pretty good job of it. One and 2 the count. Here's the pitch by Jackson. Off-speed pitch. Low and in the dirt. Goes all the way to the backstop. 2-2 the count to Jared McDonald. Jared McDonald's from Tucson. Played in Wichita last year. 6'1", 195. He's 26. Jackson kicks, delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Strikeout number 8 for Matt Jackson. That's 8 strikeouts in 5 innings. He's chalked up 8 strikeouts in a 7-inning ballgame.
He had 7 strikeouts in 3 2/3 against Sioux City in his last outing, but again, that outing did not go nearly as well as this one has so far.
He has real command tonight and command of all of his pitches. The off-speed stuff has been devastating for some of these hitters. Jackson kicks, delivers, fouled off by Dwight Childs. Childs 0 for 1, he struck out. Swinging back in the 3rd.
Matt Jackson drafted by the San Diego Padres in the 31st round back in 2009. Spent part of last season in A-ball, AA, and AAA with the Padres before joining the Goldeyes.
Jackson has been outstanding all season long. Kicks, delivers, foul back. Two strikes to Dwight Childs. Goldeyes lead at 3-0. Jackson. Off-speed pitch is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Childs. Dwight Childs is from Elk Grove, California. He was in St. Paul last year. Will be 26 years old next week. 6'3", 195. And that pitch just missed. Jackson's had a couple of pitches right on the black that have not gone his way. 2-2 the count to Dwight Childs. There's the pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out, struck out the side. And now he has 9 strikeouts. What a performance. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 9 Ks for Matt Jackson. And he's worked through 5 innings of this 7-inning ball game. It's Winnipeg 3, St. Paul nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
When it comes to sports, we all like to watch the Jets and Blue Bombers, but there are many of you who also like to follow university, high school, even semi-pro sports. From high school volleyball and basketball championships, Bison Athletics, even Goldeyes Baseball, we're happy to bring you the best and most comprehensive sports coverage at the community level. Why? Because we know it matters to you.
Art. Pure and simple.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Shirts off their back, as you can see in the corner of your screen there. Donnie Webb gives up his jersey. More winners all night long. Nick Barnice will work into the 5th inning for the St. Paul Saints. People coming to the ballpark, leaving with everybody's jersey. The 2014 American Association All-Star Game coming to Winnipeg. We had Dan Chase on earlier. And so too is the 2014 All-Star Luncheon presented by BFI Canada. And it features Baseball Hall of Famer Ferguson Jenkins. The luncheon will be Tuesday, July 29th at noon at Fairmont. For tickets and info for the 2014 BFI Canada All-Star Luncheon, call the Goldeyes office at 204-92-2273. Well, are we going to go down and watch the Reggie interview? I think we got to get that done. You got to go down and see Reggie.
It's time.
It was done before the game. Al Foster talked to Reggie Abercrombie and his cronies.
Well, I was going to talk about the game on Tuesday, but we got to talk about what's going on here. There's gunplay here.
Yeah, I got gunplay. You know, I always come around here. Every time I'm in Winnipeg, I have a bodyguard with me at all times. My name, a.k.a. Hollywood Dash, is my bodyguard, a.k.a. Smooth Vanilla. That's why we keep it around here.
Let's talk, though, really quick about Sunday's game. And because you guys really needed to release the pressure and get a win, just talk about the walk-off there.
It was just wonderful, man. Just try to get the game, just try to get that 5-game skid under us. And, you know, fortunately, I got a curveball to hit, and I hit it out. So, you know, it was a good timing, and we just come back, got these 5 games against St. Paul, and just try to win a couple of them, or 2 or 3, just not let them come in here and just try to run us over.
And it looks like the mood is still late in the clubhouse.
Yeah, man. Anytime, you know, I got these guys with me, man. The mood is always, we always going to go out here and have fun and play hard. You know, we got the best manager in the world in Forney. You know, he's let us come out here, play laid back and plays hard. And, you know, as long as we play hard, we're gonna do what we're going to do.
Thanks for this, Reggie.
No problem.
Ask
Thank
about those 5 games.
Always stay strapped in all time.
Oh, Reggie's a beaut. There's a little pop fly. Out goes Sam Moss, the second baseman. He makes the catch. By the way, it's Reggie's birthday today. Guess how old Reggie is. And don't say 14. Because he looked 14 right there.
Releasing his inner child.
Yeah, but he does that every day. Nobody has more fun than Reg.
Ballpark, no doubt about it.
And his bodyguard, Vanilla Schmoo, Josh Mazzola.
Pretty good example of the Goldeyes able to keep things light, whether they're winning or losing.
Anyway, Reggie's 34. Brock Bond.
Sorry, I wasn't sure I was supposed to answer. I thought it was for someone else.
But that's all right. I
knew he was 34.
Yeah, I don't mind. There's a line drive base hit for Brock Bond right up the middle. Solid single to center for Bond. Runner on first and one away. It'll bring up Casey Arthur. Nobody has more fun at the ballpark than Reggie Abercrombie. I don't even want to begin to tell you what happened after the home run on Sunday afternoon. It's pouring rain. And he was doing a radio interview, and they gave him the pie in the face, the shaving cream pie. But then they covered him in talcum powder.
Where was Vanilla Schmoo for the protection?
No, he was the guy with the pie. Vanilla Schmoo had the pie.
Maybe that's why he was hired as the bodyguard after that.
That's right.
He should have been hired before that.
Oh, what a mess. Run at first, one away. Bond just gets back. Good move by Barnese. Casey Arthur 1 for 2 in this one. Barnese checks the runner. Good lead by Bond at first. It's the pitch, and there's one right back up the middle, and it's handled neatly by Moss. Over to Becker, back to first. 4-6-3 double play, and that ends the fifth for the Goldeyes. Let's have another peek at this one.
Great pitch down, jammed Arthur, flipped to the shortstop and over to first to complete the double play. Becker with a good throw over to first to Sonko, and that'll do it for the Goldeyes.
No runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left on base. There you look at downtown Winnipeg. New Prairie 360 looks nice. It's Winnipeg 3, St. Paul nothing. We'll go to the 6th. It's Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Ready for summer? If you have a cottage or cabin, Shaw Direct has your family's entertainment covered. Get Shaw Direct satellite TV for your home away from home and receive your first month free. 2 free movies plus a free HD PVR rental for 2 years. Got a cottage or cabin? Get Shaw Direct satellite TV today.
And as we head into the top of the 6th inning, time for a check now of your American Association Saves Leaders, brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. Marshall Schuler leading the way from the Lincoln Salt Dogs with 18. Matt Navarez then following up with 15 for the Wichita Wingnuts. 3 guys then tied for third with 12 apiece. Former Purdue Boilermaker Dan Sadler, Chris Regas out of Kansas City, and from Bellarmine College Prep in San Jose, California, Nick Garcia of the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks. The American Association Saves Leaders are brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. Manitoba Hydro encourages all consumers to save energy, be power smart by using Energy Star appliances. Scotty, back to you.
Who has 11 saves? Al Foster didn't answer my question. Who had 11 saves? Chris Kissick, Winnipeg Goldeyes. There you go. You don't even have to answer it. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning. Matt Jackson will face the top of the order. Devin Tout, Sam Moss, Evan Bigley, maybe Angelo Sonko. But this is the most important part of the order. There's a great place to watch a baseball game right at the corner of the picnic part of the patio deck. Outstanding spot to watch baseball. So Jackson cruising along with a 3-0 lead. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Remember, this is a 7-inning ball game. And it's Devin Tout leading it off, the leadoff hitter. Here's Jackson's first pitch, and there's a fly ball. Center field. Reggie over, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th. And that'll bring up Sam Moss. There you look at the birthday boy, Reggie Abercrombie. And you know what? For a guy who's 34, he's still got spectacular speed. He can make a lot of things happen with his legs.
Keeps himself in good position. Covers a lot of ground out in the outfield. Again, and that was the other thing. His batting average was low at the start of the year, but he was still providing some pretty good defense out in center field. Now he's got the RBI and the home run totals up.
1 strike to the second baseman, Sam Moss.
And he's a threat in the lineup. That's the thing. Doesn't matter
Always
what
a
his
threat.
average is.
Yeah,
you
he's
have to
always
prepare to face Abercrombie. And if you make a mistake, he's going to crush it a lot of times.
Do you believe in the hanging curve? He does, because that's what he got on Sunday afternoon. One ball and 1 strike to Sam Moss. Pitch by Jackson. It's on the corner for strike 2. Moss in today's game is 0 for 2. He popped out to Jake Blackwood in the first inning and then grounded out to the second baseman Brock Bond back in the 4th. Jackson kicks and delivers. Pitches inside, 2-2.
Bull Durham was on last night, by the way.
It's up on YouTube, a beautiful version. You can just flip it up on YouTube anytime you like, the entire movie, 1 hour and 48 minutes. And it's somebody's Blu-ray. It's just tremendous. There's a ground ball the opposite way for a base hit. Solid single to right. Josh Mazzola for a second thought he might have a play at first base. The 5th hit of the ball game for the St. Paul Saints.
If
Moss's first hit.
If he's not hustling out of the box, Mazzola pulls a Jose Bautista and tries to throw him out at first.
And he's got the arm to do it.
One of the benefits to having an infielder playing on the outfield. Always thinking about trying to get that play at first.
So run at first with 1 away. And here is the ever-dangerous Evan Bigley with 5 home runs. 42 driven in. First pitch to Bigley, swing and a miss, strike 1. Just fouled a bit of it, just off the glove of Luis Allen. And Cephas Howard is up throwing for the Goldeyes. One strike to Bigley. Jackson's pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Fastball at 89, low. Great pitch by Matt Jackson. Good lead at first by Moss. Jackson ahead of Bigley, and there's one fouled under the roof. 2 strikes to Bigley.
In case you're wondering, Jackson has already worked 6+ innings in 6 of his previous 12 starts of the season, so no stranger to going deep into ball games.
Goldeyes lead at 3-0. 3 runs on 6 hits for Winnipeg. No runs on 5 hits for St. Paul. Here's the pitch by Jackson. Curveball, it's popped up and out of play. Arthur got over quickly.
Mentioned earlier, Scott, but with 5 games in the series here against the Saints, the Goldeyes were hoping to give the bullpen a bit of a breather or not be overly taxed heading into tomorrow's doubleheader. So far, things shaping up for that to be the case, but see how the rest of this one goes.
Oh, 2 the count. Off-speed pitch hit to Brock Bond. Bond handles it. He'll go to first. On to second goes Moss. So Bigley grounds out to the second baseman. Moss gets into scoring position, and that brings up the cleanup hitter, Angelo Sonko.
Real smart job here by Brock Bond. Your natural reaction is to try to get the double play, but knowing it's hit too softly, Bond first tries to see if he can get into position, maybe tag him, but then he knows his best place is to first. When you're in the 6th inning of a 7-inning ball game, you're down to the last 5 outs at that stage. Don't risk throwing the ball into left field with a 3-run lead. Take the sure out at first base, and that's exactly what Brock Bond did right there.
Right now, the Winnipeg Goldeyes only need 4 outs to win this ball game. And as Brock Bond did at second base, it was 5, now it's 4. He's trying to get outs.
It's a simple decision, but it is an important decision because if you make a mistake and don't get the lead runner, all of a sudden you're bringing the tying run to the plate. Don't create extra stress. Right here, he made the smart play and it paid off for him.
Sure did. Second out of the inning brings up Angelo Sonko, who's 1 for 2. Singled was stranded at third back in the 4th inning. Jackson gets the sign from Allen. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. Sonko's a dangerous hitter, but so too is the number 5 hitter, Joe Bonfi, who came in hitting .295, and he's 2 for 2 in this one. Jackson with a runner on second and 2 away. There's the pitch. Misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Sonko. You really don't want to lose Sonko for Bonfi.
Jackson's had great control here, Scott. No walks to this point of the ball game. Being a little careful here, though.
Pitch right down the middle, swing and a miss, strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Angelo Sonko. If you want to see that entire interview with Reggie Abercrombie, it's online.
I think some other folks are going to want to see Josh Mazzola's alter ego as well.
Yes, as Vanilla Schmoo. 2 balls and 1 strike to Sonko. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Jackson throws the 86-mile-an-hour fastball in the outside corner. Sonko waves at it. 2-2 the count.
Excellent job by Jackson to battle back in the count after falling behind 2-0. Threw an off-speed pitch to get it to 2-1 and then blew him away with a fastball to get it to 2-2 here with 2 down.
Two and 2 the count. Jackson gets the sign. Here's the pitch. And it's popped foul out of play. Sonko stays alive. With Moss in scoring position and 2 away. And as we mentioned a couple of times, it's only a 7-inning game, the second game of this doubleheader. So St. Paul has 4 outs remaining, unless they can come back. Here's Jackson's pitch. It's popped up again.
Good battle
out of the
by
ballpark.
Sonko.
No, not quite. It'll be a souvenir time for a couple of fans.
Good at bat by Sonko here, staying alive, fouling off a couple tough pitches.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Fastball is perfect. Great movement on that pitch. And Angelo Sonko is the 10th strikeout of the night.
I think that's going to do it for Jackson. Jamie Vermillier gave Cephas Howard the signal, I believe.
Yep, that'll probably be it, but 10 strikeouts to end it. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. What a superb performance by Matt Jackson tonight. 10 strikeouts in 6 innings, and he'll leave with a 3-0 advantage. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway. The McDonald's Winnipeg Goldeyes Summer Skills Camp will take place at Shaw Park on Monday, July 28th. Kids ages 8 to 13 can learn baseball skills from members of the Goldeyes during this 3-hour camp. For more information and to sign up, visit goldeyes.com.
There's Cephas Howard. He's put his jacket back on.
Jamie Vermillier did point to the mound, so I'm not sure if that's the signal for Jackson is staying in or I want you for the 7th. I'm pretty sure he was pointing that he was saying to Howard that he's coming in for the 7th. But he's probably warm right now. Maybe with an out or 2 he'll get back to warming up, but we'll definitely see.
Well, it would be great to see Matt Jackson finish the ballgame because he has been superb tonight.
And he probably wants to finish the game. It's just a matter of pitch count right now, Scott, because when you have the 10 strikeouts, you're going into a lot of deep counts. So that would be the only concern for the Goldeyes, I think, if they do go to Howard.
So go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Nick Barnice is still in there for St. Paul. He'll face the number 5 hitter, Luis Allen, and number 6, Reggie Abercrombie, and then Donnie Webb, the number 7 hitter. Tickets are on sale now for the Winnipeg Free Press All-Star After Party at the Metropolitan Entertainment Center. Your ticket provides you with a variety of snacks, a complimentary beverage, a chance to mix, mingle, and dance with the All-Stars, the Free Press All-Star After Party. July 29th, after the All-Star game. Tickets are available at the Goldeyes box office in Shaw Park. So here comes Luis. He's 0 for 1. He walked back in the second. Flied out to left in the third. Pitch by Barnice is in there for a strike. Luis Allen in the opener of our semi-doubleheader. Went 3 for 4. There's one chop down the first base line. Gets into the crowd.
Kind of lost in the shuffle here, Scott. Barnice has been pretty darn good himself. He's given up only the 6 hits in this ball game.
3 runs in the third inning, and that's been it. He's been close to perfect otherwise.
And that error certainly
didn't help.
Cost the Saints.
Pitch is high and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Luis. Luis Allen came in hitting .317, the all-star catcher. 3 home runs, 28 driven in. Fouled off again. One thing about Luis, he's a tough out. He's always been a tough out. I always thought Hank Manning was about the best catcher ever to play in Winnipeg. Dan Billardello's 1 year was pretty sensational. Ryan Robertson was very, very good. But Luis Allen is the greatest catcher in the history of this franchise.
The longevity certainly helps him in that regard.
He's a 300 hitter every year.
Yeah, and we talked about Abercrombie loving the game. Luis Allen is a little bit more understated, but this guy loves baseball as much as anybody as well.
Had a couple of shots in organized ball, but he has been a gift to the Goldeyes. He has been very difficult to replace if that time ever comes, and there's a base hit. Solid single, center field for Luis Allen. And the guy just hits.
Impressive day at the plate.
4 hits in the doubleheader, a walk, a couple of RBIs. It's been a good day. Here's Reggie. Reggie's 0 for 2. After going 0 for 4 in the first one, he's due. There you look at Luis with Angelo Sonko at first base. Pitch by Barnice is lined to Sonko, and he'll touch the bag. It's a double play. Second out of the inning. A line double play.
And that bat will not be used again. It's broken.
So a base hit by Allen, and then a line out to the first baseman, who just easily steps on the bag to get 2. And that's 2 away here in the 6th. That'll bring up Donnie Webb.
Second double play of the contest with Saints.
Pitch is low and inside, ball 1.
And Howard is back up.
Howard is back up.
I believe my original thought was the correct one.
There's one pop foul.
It was a bit odd, though, that he put the jacket back on. That was something you don't see all the time. But again, it's getting a little bit cooler, and he was already warmed up. But now that there's 2 down, Howard getting ready to go again.
So Cephas Howard back up. Barnice delivers. That's high. 2 balls and 1 strike to Donnie Webb. Webb tonight has a double, and he flied out to left. 1 for 2. Barnice's pitch, swing and a miss. 2-2 the count to Webb. Webb, an all-star, came in hitting .276, 6 home runs, 28 driven in. Tremendous left fielder. He was a very good right fielder when he was playing there, but then with Mazzola back. Pitch is low. 3 balls and 2 strikes, count full to Donnie Webb.
I think it's just a matter of Mazzola having a bit stronger arm. I think that's why they made the shift there. Webb's got the great range.
He does indeed. 3-2 the count to Donnie Webb. Here's Barnice's pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Barnice gets through the 6th. Gives up a hit, but no damage. No runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left. We'll go to the 7th. The Goldeyes, Cephas Howard coming in, just needs to get 3 outs, and that'll do it. It's Winnipeg 3, St. Paul nothing. There you look at beautiful downtown Winnipeg on a gorgeous night for baseball. It's Safeway Goldeyes Baseball, and it's live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway. Recycle Everywhere presents the 2014 All-Star Game Skills Competition on Monday, July 28th at Shaw Park. The best of the American Association will go head-to-head in a battle to determine the most skilled player in the league, and it will all culminate with the Home Run Derby. That's Monday night, July 28th at Shaw Park, the Recycle Everywhere Skills Competition. For tickets and information, call the Goldeyes office at 204-982-2273.
Time now for the slide of the game, brought to you by Manitoba Public Insurance. Kenny Weeb, what's your slide of the game?
Back in the first inning, Scott, in fact, the second batter of the game after Devin Tote single. Pitch in the dirt, he hustles his way to second. Good throw, Brock Bond tried to get the slide down, but this piece of hustle by Devin Tote is our slide of the game. Bond with a nice tag, just can't quite get the glove across in time. Good effort all around.
Devin Tote, our slide of the game, and as Kenny pointed out, a pretty good tag by Brock Bond. Actually, it was a pretty good throw considering the ball was in the dirt. Our slide of the game is brought to you every game by Manitoba Public Insurance. Brand new pitcher for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. It's our new friend from Augusta, Georgia, Cephas Howard. Tell us about Cephas.
Cephas Howard, Scott, coming on for the second time as a Goldeye, 13th time overall. 2-1 record, 3.86 earned run average, 9 1/3 innings pitched so far, 8 hits, 4 earned runs allowed, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's given up 1 homer. 40 batters faced. They're hitting .222 against the right-hander.
Hard throwing Cephas Howard. Who's been all over independent baseball.
Sorry, Scott. 103 pitches for Matt Jackson. Many of those due to the 10 strikeouts and no walks. 5 hits allowed in those 6 innings of work.
That's a remarkable performance.
He's in line for his 8th win of the year if the bullpen can close it down here.
So Cephas Howard will try to shut it down. The Goldeyes looking to win 2 games and move from 5.5 to 7.5 games back ahead of the St. Paul Saints. So Cephas Howard here in this 7th inning, the final inning of the ball game, will face Joe Bonfie, who has a couple of hits already tonight, then Jake Taylor and Joey Becker. First pitch by Howard is a fly ball into center field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Not hit very hard, but hard enough to get over the infield and in for a single. And Bonfie's 3rd hit of the game. He's 3 for 3. And that'll bring up Jake Taylor. Chris Kissick up warming.
Pretty solid afternoon, or pretty solid evening right there. 3 of the 6 hits.
Didn't hit it hard, but hard enough to get it over Brock Bond's head. Reggie Abercrombie playing straight away against Bonfie. So runner at first, nobody out here in the 7th. Howard checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 and an 84-mile-an-hour fastball by the big guy.
What an effort by Jackson. Boy, oh boy.
Cephas Howard started the year in Lancaster, Pennsylvania in the Atlantic League. Pitches in the dirt, gets away from Luis Allen, and on to second goes Bonfie. Be a wild pitch charge to Cephas Howard.
Howard is an imposing figure on the mound.
Quite imposing.
The off-speed pitch just gets away from him here, Scott. Just kind of overthrew that slider, it looked like. Allen tried to keep it in front, could not. Bonfie makes his way to second base. Into scoring position with none out.
So runner at second with nobody out. The Goldeyes lead at 3-0. We're in the final inning, the 7th, and all Cephas Howard needs to do is get outs. 1-1, the count to Taylor. Here's the pitch. It's popped out of play. Ball and 2 strikes. Taylor 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. I'm looking at these numbers. Sam Moss didn't strike out. Joe Bonfie certainly didn't. Everybody else in the order has struck out once at least.
call mowing them down.
1-2 the count to Taylor. It's in the dirt. Did he go? They say no. Yeah, let's have another look at this. It looked like he might have gone around. Oh, that's strike 3. Oh, my goodness.
But again, I
2-2 the count.
In the rotation, you need that
Wow.
umpire to be at first base to get a better look at the crossing of the plate.
Wow.
But certainly
2-2.
looked like he went on
Here's
that
the
one.
pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Luis Allen. The first strikeout for Cephas Howard in the first out of the 7th inning. And here comes Rick Forney. He's going to go to his veteran, Chris Kissick. So Cephas Howard strikes out Jake Taylor for the first out of the 7th inning. And the Goldeyes will go to their closer, Chris Kissick. Tell us about Chris Kissick.
Kissick coming on for the 30th time of the year, Scott. 0-2 record. ERA will be just under 283 after coming in the resumption of the first game, I believe. 12 saves on the year. 29 and 2/3 innings pitched. 23 hits, 9 earned runs, 8 walks, 27 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .219 against him.
So Chris Kissick, the Canadian, Trail BC, former junior hockey player in Trail BC. Brand new dad as we met Kyron, Chris Kissick tonight. And he's the closer now. He has 11 saves on the season, 4th in the league.
Didn't he get one in the first game? He came in.
4-run lead?
Oh, no, sorry. You're right. My apologies. 11 saves.
Wouldn't get credit for save.
I wasn't sure if somebody got on and it was the situation. You're right.
So just 11. Regardless, he's had a pretty good year.
Again, that just showed the importance of locking that game down. You bring your closer in to make sure.
He likes the job, too. That's the interesting part.
Loves it.
He was never supposed to be the closer. But now that he's got the job, he really likes it. This is a guy who has been with Canada's national team and helped Canada qualify twice for the World Baseball Classic and not get to play in the World Baseball Classic. He had an injury for the last one, and they changed the team completely after the qualifying 6 years ago. So Chris Kissick will come on to face the shortstop, Joey Becker. Jared McDonald moves into the on-deck circle. 3 straight right-handed hitters. Of course, with the exception of Sonko, this is a lineup full of right-handed hitters. 1 away, man on second. Goldeyes lead it by 3. Here's the pitch by Kissick. There's a ground ball right at Brock Bond at second. 1 pitch, and 1 out for Chris Kissick. 2 away here in the 7th. On to third goes Bonfie.
Great pitch down in the zone off the end of the bat. Bond gets in front of it. Makes sure. Fires it over to first for the second out.
Those 2 middle infielders, there you see Brock Bond for the Goldeyes, are as smooth as it comes with the glove. I don't remember a time when the Goldeyes had maybe 2 better fielders. Max Poulin was spectacular. There's no question about that. Wes Long was tremendous at shortstop. There's a line shot. Reggie's got to go after it. He's not going to get there. It's going to score a run, and it's going to be at least a double. It is a 2-base hit for the center fielder, Jared McDonald. He drives in Joe Bonfie with the first run of the game for the St. Paul Saints. That makes it 3-1. And the number 9 hitter, Dwight Childs. So on the first pitch he sees, Jared McDonald drills one into the gap.
Good piece of hitting. That's a good pitch down in the zone, going the other way, driving it into the gap for a 2-out double, RBI variety. Run will be charged to Cephas Howard. He gave up the leadoff single.
He did indeed. Reggie knew Dave Neufeld was on him all the way. He missed Reggie, smiling at the camera. So here's the number 9 here. That was a great bit of pitching, or hitting rather, because that pitch was...
That was on the shoe tops.
Yes, shoe tops. So runner at second with 2 out. Here's the pitch to Childs, and he hits one the other way. That'll be a double. In to score comes Jared McDonald, so back-to-back doubles, and now we got a ball game. All of a sudden, the Goldeyes have stress.
No quit in these St. Paul Saints. That's always been a quality of George Samus managed ball clubs.
And now we get a left-handed hitter.
27 outs for a reason. This is just another great piece of hitting. That's not a bad pitch by Kissick. That ball is away and down. Childs went down to get it and dumped it into right field for an RBI double with 2 down here. Nice tip of the cap as well.
So here's Tout, the leadoff hitter. The first pitch is down for ball 1. Devin Tout tonight is 1 for 3. He singled in the first. Second pitch he saw. Hit for a single. He grounded out to the pitcher and flied out to center. There's a line shot, a soft line drive, and we got a tie ball game. A tie ball game. A single by Devin Trout. And the St. Paul Saints have tied it here in the 7th with 2 out.
What a display of clutch hitting right there, Scott.
And the bullpen has collapsed here in the 7th inning.
8, 9, and 1 hitters coming through again. Boy, oh boy, just a bloop single, but again, with 2 down, that's all you need with a runner on second. Great job by the Saints to rally here in the 9th to tie this ball game.
9 hits now for the Saints, 3 in this inning. First pitch to Sam Moss is in there for strike 1. Cohee Downing now warming up. The Goldeyes had a 3-run lead heading into this 7th inning, and the Saints have rallied for 3. An off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Quickly, Kissick gets ahead 0-2. You're right, Kenny. He didn't throw bad pitches. They weren't like they were fat pitches. Just great hitting on the part of the St. Paul Saints.
Yeah, no question. Just an impressive display. And again, we talked about it earlier. The difference between being 5.5 down after a split and 7.5 down after losing 2 games going into a 5-game series. So you see a lot of desperation. Again, this is just enough to get a tie game, but boy, oh boy, see a lot of positivity in the Saints dugout after rallying for 3 runs here in the top of the 7th.
A ball and 2 strikes to Sam Moss. Runner at first, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Fouled onto the street. Count remains 1-2.
And again, this is similar to Sunday.
It's almost exactly the same, only it was 3 runs today.
But again, the Goldeyes did find a way to come back and win that game after blowing the lead in the 9th. We'll see. They'll have their resolve tested here again in the bottom of the 7th of this one.
1-2. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to Tyler Kuhn at short. It's going to be a tough play. He fires across the diamond, and he's safe. He beat it out. Sam Moss beat it out, an infield single. That was a real tough play for Tyler Kuhn at shortstop. And here comes the big man, Evan Bigley.
Yeah, nothing more that Kuhn could do because of the high hop here. He charges the ball. Pretty good throw across the diamond. Just great hustle right there to beat the throw. Again, if Kuhn charges that a bit more, he gets the short hop, it may bobble right there. So tough play. Made a pretty good throw across the diamond, just not quite in time thanks to the good hustle.
So runners at first and second now with 2 away. Here's the pitch to Bigley. That's in there for a strike. Kissick gets ahead of Bigley 0-1. St. Paul with 10 hits now in this ball game. They only had 6 off of the starter, Matt Jackson. It seems like forever ago when Matt Jackson was pitching in this game.
And that's the other thing. Some folks probably wondering why not stay with Matt Jackson. Well, we told you, 103 pitches. That's a lot in a 7-inning span. Or sorry, 6-inning span. And you've got 5 games in this series alone. So you can't risk a 20-pitch inning for Jackson in the 7th.
Pitch misses. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Bigley. The ever-dangerous Angelo Sonko is in the on-deck circle. Two balls and a strike to Bigley. Pitch by Kissick is a ground ball up the middle, and it gets through for a base hit, and St. Paul has taken a 4-3 lead. A single by Bigley drives in Devin Tout. Tout comes home, and Bigley has made it 4-3 St. Paul, and here comes Rick Forney, and that's it for Chris Kissick.
Just an outstanding piece of hitting. We mentioned Bigley. He made that two-base error earlier, but he comes through with a clutch hit. Count in his favor, drives the ball up the middle for the go-ahead run, making it 4-3 for the Saints, who trailed 3-0 going into the top of the 7th inning here.
So now we have a 4-3 ball game. 6 hits in this inning. Jackson had given up 6 hits in the 7th inning, 4 runs across. Runners on the corners at first and third. And here comes Keohi Downing. Tell us about the new Goldeyes pitcher.
The right-hander from Hawaii coming on for the 10th time this year. No record, Scott. A 2.70 earned run average, 6 2/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 2 runs allowed. Both of them were earned. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .370 against the right-hander. What a rally.
What a rally. What hitting. 2 doubles, 3 singles, and an infield single. 6 hits in the inning. And again, I'm a little heartbroken for Matt Jackson, who just pitched absolutely brilliantly.
Almost all the damage has come with 2 out. He had the leadoff single by Bonfi, but all the other hits have come with 2 down.
And the big closer for St. Paul, Dan Sattler, warming up for the Saints. He'll come on in the bottom of the 7th, and he's been almost unbeatable. There you look at Dan Sattler. He'll be in the All-Star game on the 29th. As will Evan Bigley. So runners in first and second. 2 away. There's been 2 away for a long time. There was a runner on third with 2 out, and Jared McDonald doubled, Dwight Childs doubled, Devin Tout singled, Sam Moss singled, and Evan Bigley singled. And here comes Angelo Sonko, the left-handed hitter.
Bat around inning right here.
Bat around inning in the 7th. So Sonko steps in to face Keohi Downing. Here's Downing's first pitch, and it's chop foul for strike 1. A huge difference, as Kenny Weed pointed out. The Goldeyes were on the verge of taking a 7.5 game lead. And now, unless they can rally in the bottom of the 7th, it'll be 5.5. 1 strike to Sonko. Downing checks the runner. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike, and he's quickly ahead 0-2. Bigley's at first, Moss is at second. 4 runs are in. What an inning. Downing kicks, delivers, and there's a line shot foul. 4 runs, 11 hits, and an error for the Saints. 3 runs on 7 hits and no errors for the Goldeyes. But what a turn of events here in the 7th inning. Downing gets the sign from Allen. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Allen knocks it down. Good job defensively to keep that ball in front of him by Luis Allen. A real change of the 2 dugouts. The Goldeyes now a little nervous. St. Paul, a completely different team. They were down after 6, but have bounced back. Here's the pitch by Downing. Curveball misses, 2-2. And Allen's going to go out and have a chat with Keohee Downing.
Goldeyes still into it. That's the one thing you like to see here. All the players on the top step. Again, this shows the importance. You've got a rival, North Division rival in here for an important 5-game set. Doubleheaders today and tomorrow. Every member of the Goldeyes who is not in the field is on that top step right now. Other than the 1 or 2 of the guys that are still down in the bullpen.
2-2, the count to Sonko. Here's Downing's pitch. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Great job by Keohee Downing to end the suffering here in the 7th. 4 runs on 6 hits. There were no Goldeyes errors and 2 left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. The Goldeyes have to make a comeback. It's St. Paul 4, Winnipeg 3. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway. The 2014 American Association All-Star Game is coming to Winnipeg, and so too is the 2014 All-Star Luncheon presented by BFI Canada Incorporated. Featuring Baseball Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins, the luncheon will be held Tuesday, July 29th at noon at the Fairmont, Winnipeg. For tickets and information for the 2014 BFI Canada All-Star Luncheon, call the Goldeyes office at 204-982-2273.
Join the movement to kick cancer. 5 simple things can reduce your risk of cancer by up to 50%. Choose a balanced diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables. Get active to maintain a healthy body weight. Avoid tobacco and secondhand smoke. Protect yourself from UV rays. Follow cancer screening guidelines and see your doctor for regular checkups. Take the pledge to reduce your risk of cancer. Join the movement at kickcancer.ca.
An initiative of Cancer Care Manitoba Foundation, supported by Safeway.
Welcome back to the ballpark. One of the best closers in baseball, or at least in independent baseball, Dan Sattler has stepped in. Tell us about Dan Sattler.
The right-hander Scott coming on for the 24th time this year. 1-2 record, a 2.49 earned run average, and as Al Foster told you earlier, 12 saves on the season for the St. Paul Saints. 25 1/3 innings, 19 hits, 7 earned runs allowed, 18 walks, 36 strikeouts. Opponents hitting a paltry .207 against Sattler.
So Dan Sattler comes on to face the Goldeyes with a chance of a save. The Fish had led 3-0 through the first 6 innings, gave up 4 runs. In the top of the 7th, they trail 4-3 now. It'll be Jake Blackwood to lead it off, followed by Sam Kimmel and then Tyler Kuhn. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Goldeyes need a run to tie, 2 to win. Second game of the doubleheader. It is a 7-inning game. And the Goldeyes try to get a rally going. St. Paul did it in the 7th. See if Winnipeg can come back. First pitch by Sattler is way outside for ball 1.
91 on the gun early for Sattler, the hard-throwing closer.
Jake Blackwood, a hard luck night. A line drive off the foot of the pitcher into the glove of Sam Moss. Cost the Goldeyes 2 runs. Pitch is low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes to Blackwood. A walk is as good as a hit in this situation. Goldeyes need a base runner. Sattler delivers, foul back. 2 balls and a strike to Jake Blackwood.
Good swing by Blackwood right on that fastball over the plate. But a pitch he could handle, and he unleashed with the 2-0 count.
2-1, the count to Blackwood. Sam Kimmel, the newcomer in the on-deck circle. Pitch by Sattler. There's a ground ball and a great defensive play by Sonko. He gets it to Sattler for the out. What a tremendous defensive play. Nobody has had worse luck tonight than Jake Blackwood.
What an effort, and Blackwood, all he can do is shake his head. This looked like it was going to be that hit that even the scales, if you will, after having the hard luck line drive end up as an out instead of a 2 RBI single. But he is robbed of a hit for the 2nd time in this game. High hopper. Sonko shows some good hops. Gets the ball over to Sattler, the closer, and records the out at first. What a great effort by the first baseman. Leads the pitcher towards the bag, and Blackwood can't believe it.
So a tremendous play by Sonko. The first out of this 7th inning, and here's Kimmel. First pitch to Kimmel was high for ball 1. Pitch is way outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Sam Kimmel. Kimmel, the newcomer, has a walk and a hit and a run scored. He's had a pretty good first night. In the first game, he had a single and 3 trips. So a couple of hits already.
It's probably going to be taken here 2-0, unlike Blackwood.
Oh, just about hit him. Count goes to 3-0.
And again, that's natural. Blackwood is a veteran hitter. Been around the game a long time. 3rd-year pro for Kimmel, and he's playing in just his 2nd game with the Goldeyes, so you expect him to be patient here as the Goldeyes try to get the tying run to first base.
Sattler's pitch. That's high for ball 4, and Sam Kimmel draws a walk. Boy, in first impression, he's been tremendous. A single and 3 trips in the first game, and now a single and 2 walks in the second. He's 2 for 4.
And he's got good speed.
And he's got terrific
first
speed
on that single by Kuhn that was followed up by the Evan Bigley error in right field.
So here's Tyler Kuhn with a runner at first and 1 out. Goldeyes need a run to tie it. Sattler checks the runner. Here's the pitch to Kuhn. It's right down the middle for a strike at 92. Hard throwing Dan Sattler, the closer. Sattler over to first.
Sattler's a local for the Saints. Scott from Burnsville, Minnesota. Played for the Gulf Coast League Twins and New Britain last year in the Minnesota Twins organization. He's an LS3 in terms of league service time.
There's a fly ball hit deep into center field, but not deep enough. Jared McDonald makes the catch. And that's the 2nd out of this 7th inning. It'll bring up Josh Mazzola.
Well, Mazzola had that RBI single with Dan Chase in the booth. See what he can do here with 2 down.
Mazzola is 1 for 3 in the ballgame. Struck out looking in the first. Singled, drove in a run, and scored a run back in the 3rd. And popped out to 2nd in the 5th. 6 home runs, 31-32 now driven in for Mazzola. Sattler delivers. It's high and inside, ball 1. Runner at first, 2 away. Goldeyes trail at 4-3. We're in the bottom of the 7th in a 7-inning game. Sattler's pitch way outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Goldeyes have got to be patient, Scott. Another 2-0 count here with Sattler coming in. Again, he's done a nice job of battling back, but Mazzola's got to pick a pitch in one spot. Again, if he gets a fastball over the middle and he can hit it out of the park, feel free.
There's a pitch that's in there for a strike.
See, that's
92 miles an hour.
To me, that's a smart take. That ball is down and away at the knees. You're not going to hit that ball out of the ballpark.
No, you're right.
All you can do is hit a ground out with that, basically. So it's a smart take by Mazzola. Still in a good hitter's count here.
You see Kimmel at first base. Mazzola digs in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That was up. Mazzola couldn't catch up. 93-mile-an-hour fastball from Sattler.
Great pitch right here. Again, it's so enticing as a hitter when you get those pitches at just above the belt. If you can catch up to it, that's going into the river. Instead, it's a 2-2 count with 2 down.
2-2. Kimmel at first. Sattler's pitch. Kimmel goes. It's low, and the ball is thrown into center field. Oh, he struck him out. They called it a 3rd strike, and that does it. Game over. 3rd strike looking for Mazzola, and the Goldeyes had a 3-0 lead through 6 innings and couldn't hold it. They give up 4 in the 7th and lose the second game of the doubleheader, 4-3. Let's have another peek.
Just a great pitch right there. Mazzola fooled. Looked like a slider right there. Scott got him. Good hustle and a good jump for Sam Kimmel. But it doesn't matter. It's a strikeout, and this ball game is over. And what a rally by the St. Paul Saints.
The Saints could have been 7.5 back. Instead, they're 5.5 back, and this series gets even more important with 2 games tomorrow and 1 on Thursday. So the final score, the St. Paul Saints 4, the Winnipeg Goldeyes 3. Nick Barnice, the winning pitcher. The save goes to Dan Sattler. The losing pitcher is Chris Kissick. And the Goldeyes and Saints split a doubleheader. We'll be back with a Safeway postgame show right after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Ready for summer? If you have a cottage or cabin, Shaw Direct has your family's entertainment covered. Get Shaw Direct satellite TV for your home away from home and receive your first month free. 2 free movies plus a free HD PVR rental for 2 years. Got a cottage or cabin? Get Shaw Direct satellite TV today.
Safeway Goldeyes Baseball is back for another exciting season live on Shaw TV. On Thursday, July 17th at noon, the Fish will battle the St. Paul Saints at Shaw Park. Brought to you by Safeway, only on Shaw TV.
Welcome back to the ballpark. It's time now for the Safeway postgame show, and let's go right down as quickly as we can to Al Foster for the Shaw Direct Player of the Game. Get it all while you get away from it all. Shaw Direct, your cottage cable satellite provider. Visit shawdirect.ca for more info. Al Foster, you have our Player of the Game.
Yeah, down here with Joe Bonfee. Wow, just talk about that inning. That was quite the comeback.
Well, you know, I got up there and just started off just wanting to get on base for the team just so we can get something going. And so, I got on base for the team and we just kept it going. I mean, we've been doing it the past couple games, and we've been on a roll here lately. We got a few wins in a row, and, you know, it's just we've been waiting all game to get some hits, and we finally did in the end there, and it was a great comeback.
Talk about your individual performance tonight. 3 hits for yourself, including a pretty timely one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been feeling great lately, and seeing the ball well, and just trying to put a good swing on it every time, and it's been falling in places I like, so it's good to hear.
And just talk about the importance of this game now for your team, chasing the Goldeyes, and to come back and get a win and pick up a game in the standings. That's got to feel pretty good too.
Oh, definitely. It's always good to pick up a game, especially the guys that are ahead of you. And, you know, we got some great pitching. Barnice gave us a great start, and Dan Sattler came in the end and shut him down. So it was good pitching, good team effort, and a good comeback. So
congrats on a great game and on the win today.
Thank you.
That's Joe Bonfee, your Shaw Direct Player of the Game.
Shaw Direct Player of the Game. Get it all while you get away from it all. Shaw Direct, your cottage cable satellite provider. Visit shawdirect.ca for more information. Ken Wiebe, the Goldeyes couldn't hold on to the win, and that's going to be our Play of the Game. Tonight's Play of the Game brought to you by Shaw. Take your favorite shows on the go with Shaw Go apps. Tell us about your Play of the Game.
Well, after scoring 3 runs, Evan Bigley steps to the plate here with 2 down in the top of the 7th and drills a pitch up the middle off Chris Kissick, scoring the game-winning run with that RBI single, another clutch hit, and that is our Play of the Game.
Tonight's Play of the Game brought to you by Shaw. Take your favorite shows on the go with Shaw Go apps. Well, Ken Wiebe, the Goldeyes had it in the bag. They were ahead 3-0. They've got their closer in. They got a 3-1 lead when their closer comes in, and they still can't hold it. That's a very, very devastating loss for this team that could have been 7.5 games ahead.
Certainly can be. Definitely, this certainly puts the pressure back on the Goldeyes as this 5-game set resumes tomorrow night. That is a costly loss, no question. Again, this team's had its resolve tested very regularly lately, and they bounced back nicely in a lot of games. But again, this is a big, big win for the St. Paul Saints to keep themselves within striking distance of top spot in the North Division. And that is just an impressive rally by George Samus's ball club right there.
The St. Paul Saints rally to win at 4-3. Tomorrow night, doubleheader again. Starts at 5 o'clock. And this is a pure American Association doubleheader. 7 innings in the first game, 7 innings in the second game. And it starts once again at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The second game probably start around 7:30 or 8. So on behalf of Ken Wiebe and Dan Chase, who joined us tonight and was terrific, I'm Scott Taylor. We've had a great night at the ballpark. Al Foster, tell us when we're back and take us home.
And We're going to be back for a great afternoon of baseball for our next Shaw TV broadcast, our next Safeway Goldeyes baseball game featuring these exact same two teams, and that's coming to you Thursday, starting at noon. Sure hope you can join us then. Sure glad you joined us tonight. On behalf of our entire Shaw TV team, I'm Al Foster saying so long from Shaw Park.
We now return to programming already in progress.
The following is an independently produced community access program. The viewpoints expressed are those of the community access producer and do not reflect those of Shaw Cable Systems. The program is presented in response to CRTC policy guidelines regulating community programming.
Safeway Goldeyes Baseball is back for another exciting season live on Shaw TV. On Tuesday, July 15th at 7 p.m., the Fish will host the St. Paul Saints at Shaw Park. Brought to you by Safeway, only on Shaw TV.